Hello everybody, and it's the moment that you have been waiting for. It is finally here. It is day one of the regional finals for the Unrivaled Tournament Series. We are here in Ontario, California at GameWorks at Ontario Mills Mall. And man, the excitement is buzzing. Tim, are you finally getting ready to do
Justin,
this?
I'm stoked. I am jazzed. Call me Miles Davis. This is going to be a blast. The excitement is simmering into the mall. I was walking in. I thought about going to see the 3:30 Wonder Woman at the AMC, but I said, no way. Let's go play some board games. Let's play some tabletop. And I think we're playing for some great opportunities here, aren't we?
We are. By the way, I'm Justin Gillerman. This is my friend Tim Shelton. And we didn't just get here to the regional finals. There's a lot of stuff that we had to do to get here, and there's a lot of stuff that is after these regional finals. What do you have to say about that?
First of all, we are playing 6 tabletop games today. Let me see. I'm going to channel my inner thinking.
Let's count them all.
Let's count them all. I'll name them. You count, because I'm no mathematician. Munchkin.
Munchkin.
First, King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo.
Villagers and Villains.
Villagers and Villains.
Or as I like to say in Spanish, Villagers and Villains. What else? Okay, I'm missing 3.
All right.
Epic Spell Wars.
Either ways, we got Nevermore, we got King of Tokyo, we got Ascension as well. Right now, our main focus today for the first round is going to be on Munchkin, and Munchkin is a Dungeons and Dragons parody game. Explain us a little bit about Munchkin. What do we have to know about Munchkin for those that haven't played and for those that have just kind of played a little bit?
First of all, it's a blast. It's about backstabbing your buddy. The main goal of Munchkin is to get to 10 levels. Once you're at level 10, they can't take that away from you.
All right.
Level 10 winner wins the game. And at our championship table, you will be going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, so we're going to start this right now. If we're going to explain the game as we go along, we have 4 great competitors right now. Game's going to do well. Let's go check out to where our featured table is right now for our regional in Ontario. And so this is going to be a great time. We're matching up.
We're going to jump right in. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think there's so many cards, and we did play this game yesterday.
We did.
How did you fare?
I was a little angry about the way that it happened. I was about to win, and then my buddy over here, Tim, kind of threw us down, and it wasn't pretty.
Well, here we are at that championship. I can't believe you said you were about to win. I felt like I was about to win. Now, who do we have playing on the table here, Justin?
We got our friend Chaz. That's right there is actually Jeremy right there. Our friend Chaz right there in the Dodgers hat.
And we've got Jeremy, and it looks like Chaz is rolling right now. And what are they doing to start that roll? I believe there's a way to figure out who starts Munchkin.
Yeah, so the dice, whoever rolls the highest number is supposed to be the one that starts the game. But like Munchkin, like a lot of rules in Munchkin, it's all up to interpretation. You argue about who's going first, and you see a lot of these guys having the conversation about who's going first.
I feel like they're probably talking about who's wisest. The wisest person goes first. I know that that's how we did it here in yesterday. Actually, when we were at Oomba, I felt like I said I was wisest, even though I rolled a 2, you rolled a 6, and I declared that I would go first. But that's what Munchkin's about, is just making these crazy insinuations as well with the rules. To declare who wins certain things, right?
Yes, and to start the game, each player gets 4 door cards and 4 treasure cards. And what you got to do is play down what you think. Everyone starts as a level 1 human. Your combat strength is 1 as well. And what you want to do is you have classes or races. Expand more on class and race.
Okay, well, class is something that I think that we both have a lot of, but other people would disagree. You've got 4 different classes. You've got Wizard, Cleric, Warrior, and Thief. And each one has a certain effect, if you will, when you're in combat or when you're out of combat that give you advantages or disadvantages. For instance, let's take the Wizard card. You may discard up to 3 cards after rolling the die to run away. Each one gives you a +1 bonus to flee. And your charm spell, you may discard your whole hand to charm a single monster instead of fighting it. So the first thing you do in Munchkin after you've got your hand is you're going to lay down whether you're a class or whether you're a race. Now you've got 4 races as well. Everyone starts as a human unless you've declared otherwise. You've got Dwarf, Halfling, and Elf. Do you have a favorite you like to play with? Either one?
I like the Dwarf because it allows you to carry 6 cards than just the original 5, and that can come in handy at the end. So as we see, the people right here are kind of laying down their bonuses and their races and classes. Now certain cards for the bonuses only apply to certain races and certain classes. So some cards may say only usable by wizards. Some cards may say only usable by elves.
Yes. Right.
And so right now it's kind of figuring in and out of what they're going to be doing as these players kind of equip themselves with their class and race, as you see right here.
as Jeremy goes and throws down a card. And it looks like Jeremy has an elf out there, which is one of my favorite characters, sorry, I should be specific, races to play along with. Because one of the parts of Munchkin is helping someone. And if you go in and tag team a monster, as we like to say, help another player, as an elf you will go up a level, which I tend to think is such
it gives me
great
+3 to run away, and if I
what else? Another good quality about an elf is it's a +1 to run away. So if you do have to run away from that monster, which I'm sure we'll explain a little bit later, you have that ability. I can't tell what other classes. It looks like somebody's got a huge rock out there. Let's talk a little bit about those bonuses. Items, we have several different items that you can carry. You've got big items, small items, and each item is going to give you a type of bonus. For instance, huge rock, I believe, I'm not even looking at it off the top of my hand, it's a +2? Is it +2, +3?
I believe so.
Anyone likes to carry a monster rock, if you can. And that is 2 hands, right? That's a 2-handed big item. So you can only have 1 2-handed big item in play. And that will affect what's called your combat score. So when you go to fight a monster's going to have a level. You're going to have your level, and then you're going to have your combat level. So if you're a, let's say, level 1, as we like to start, level 1 elf, and you have that huge rock equipped, and you're fighting a level 1 mall rat, that's going to put your combat level at level 3, so you can destroy that mall rat.
Exactly. Now there are 3 phases into going to turn 4 Munchkin. The first one is kicking down the door. You pull a stack from the door stack or the door cards, and you lay it face down. And if it's a monster, you fight it, and you see if you can beat it just strictly by yourselves, or you need help. If it's not a monster card, then you put it into your deck, or you play it, maybe if it's a curse, if it's cursed, it happens right away.
Now, it looks like Marcus already has one of the best cards in the game. He's got that Super Munchkin out there. And that is a fantastic card to pull early. Even though he doesn't have a class or a race, your Super Munchkin is going to allow you to have the advantages and disadvantages of having 2 classes. So that's fantastic. You could be a wizard and a warrior, which is going to be a whole lot of advantage to you, especially considering a warrior will win ties in combat.
Yeah, it's definitely a very useful card to have, even if you don't have a class or race. Yes, you can play that card. And
right now I'm
at
at
6. There's advantages that you can have that will help you in the long run of this game.
Of course, of course.
Well, the one who should help me for the least is him.
And so as we see people are getting down, looking.
Looks like Chaz is happy. I know he's a very content gentleman, and
I'm not sure he's strong enough for
really tell what he has in front of him. But it looks like it could be.
So that'll give me 3. I still need your help and his help to beat.
You only get 1 help, anyways.
Yeah. So this is. We're just seeing it's kind of a lot of the first couple rounds or the first couple turns, just feeling out the process, what kind of strategy other players are going to have, what kind of bonuses they have as we see Jeremy kind of talking his way through a turn, shuffling his cards in his out. Now, if you defeat a monster, you automatically gain another level. And if you go up a level, you can use it in other ways by playing cards that tell you to go up a level.
Yeah. So like you said, different ways to level up. Beating a monster automatically gets you up a level. We do have direct cards for whenever you beat a monster, you're going to pick up treasure. Certain monsters have a treasure reward on the right side. This is for a lot of you first players out there. For instance, level 12, we've got a tongue demon. You defeat it, you get 3 treasures.
Much like as we saw Chaz just defeat a monster right there. Not sure what kind of monster it was, but he did defeat it. No one objected, so he gained a level, got the treasure from the monster. Every time you beat a monster, it says 1 treasure, 2 treasures, 3 treasures. You get that amount of treasures and put it in your hand. But remember, the last phase of the game is the charity phase, and you have to have 5 cards in your hand. And how do you get 5 cards if you have too many?
Yeah, well, you can discard. You give it, like Justin said, charity phase. You're going to give away your cards to the player with the lowest level. If it is a tie, you may choose which player will get that specific card. Otherwise, if you are that lowest level, you will just discard as if normal. It looks like I see a wizard hat out there. Looks like a pointy wizard hat. So I believe that's a +3, +2, +3.
I think it's a +4 actually.
+4? No way. Oh my gosh, that's so. I didn't know a pointy hat would do such damage.
You would be surprised how much damage pointy hats can do. But as you see, Jeremy has that in his backpack. He can't equip it yet because it's only usable by warrior or wizards.
These are like
so he's hoping that he pulls up a wizard card to play that item. And so he knocks down the door right there.
Ooh,
And now you can switch classes whenever you want, provided you have that other class. So like you said, if I had a wizard card in my hand, wanted to switch at any time, I could do so, and then I could equip that specific item. You mentioned backpack, Justin. Just talk a little bit about that in detail. Like, for instance, you can have it on you, but you can't equip it. How does that work?
You can carry items. So when you equip items, you can only have one big item and the rest are small, but you can only have one headgear, one armor. You can have one two-handed item or one or two one-handed items and some leg gear. If you already have that, but you have a good card that you want to keep, you put it in your backpack to keep, and you don't just have to discard it. So that's what we see a lot of players do, hoping on that they can get advantages later on in the game. As you see the field right now, the players have. Jeremy's kind of talking about what he has, asking for help against the monster that he has. Can't quite see what it is right now.
I know he's got that buckler of swashing out, and like you said, he couldn't equip the wizard hat, but he does have the buckler of swashing on him, so we know he's got a +2 bonus. And he's an elf. So if he were to go into combat, I also see the tuba out there. If he were to go into combat, he would have an advantage over a lesser leveled monster, such as like a harpy perchance. And it looks like he is debating. We talked a little bit about the phases. The first phase is to kick down the door. If you kick down a door, you get a monster, you gotta fight it. If there is no monster, what happens then?
If there is no monster, you take the card, and if it's a curse, the curse automatically plays it right now. So some curse will say, lose the headgear you're wearing, or lose a level. Curses automatically affect you right then and there, but if you have a curse in your hand, however, you can play it at any time you want, and that affects other people. But if it's not a monster, say it's just an item, or say it's another card that's not a monster, you can put that in your hand, and then you can look for trouble or loot the room. If you're going to look for trouble, you can play a monster that's already in your hand and fight it. Or if you want to loot the room, you pull another card face up, don't show anybody from the door deck, and then go from there. And then it's all about the strategy after that. What are you going to equip? How are you going to get down to 5 cards? As we see a lot of players right now.
And it looks like Marcus, I'm trying to read, some people, it's kind of interesting to see how people count their levels. This is the traditional way. You can see them doing it pen and paper. Looks like Marcus is just counting his own, but some of the others have the charts all 4 down. It's always an interesting thing. A lot of people use counters, but I like the traditional pen and paper. It kind of brings back an old homage to board games of yore, if you will.
Not usable by war.
We see Chaz right there looking to find out. He pulls out a halfling card, and that's a good card to have.
That's a great card.
That is a race card. Explain what the halfling does for us right there.
The halfling, you can basically, I like to think of a halfling is you can sell whatever. You're kind of like a salesmanship, if you will. You can basically take any item you have, and those items will have a value at the bottom of gold pieces, and you can sell anyone for double the price. Now, one thing we didn't talk about is if you sell that item for double the price, as long as it's over 1,000 pieces of gold, you level up. Same if you were to sell 2 items, they give you up 2,000. So basically, every 1,000 pieces of gold you sell, you go up a level. Now, in order to win the game, however, you can't just sell your way to the top. What do you have to do?
You have to defeat a monster to win the game. So you can go everywhere to sell your pieces for monsters, you can use to go up levels, but in order to actually win the game, to get to level 10 to win the game, you have to beat a monster.
You gotta beat a monster. Gotta beat him. Gotta conquer him. I'm trying to think of who we conquered yesterday to win. Who Cameron sadly conquered yesterday to win. I'm still heartbroken about that. That was a tough little rough loss.
This is sweet Marcus right now. I think it is Marcus' turn. No, Chaz is looking around. A lot of this is it is one person's turn, but it's a lot of conversation because you can trade cards at any time with people. You can talk about what's going on as we see Marcus play. Discard that card right there.
No, it is cool to, like you said, to solicit the help of others, to solicit different items, trade different items. And so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to form an alliance early and then potentially just stab each other in the back, because eventually it comes down to one person trying to win that game.
Eventually the selfishness in everyone comes into play, and wanting to win and get that trip to Las Vegas really takes a turn.
Right.
So right now this is round 1 of our featured table of Munchkin right now. There's tables downstairs, 5 other games: Nevermore, King of Tokyo, Ascension, Villagers and Villains, and
Epic Spell Wars.
Epic Spell Wars are being played right now. At the end of the day, we're going to have 6 winners from each, 1 winner from each game, so 6 winners total. Right now, it's round 1 of each game. This is our featured table of Munchkin. Right now and throughout the day, we're going to have featured tables of Ascension and King of Tokyo. And so right now, as we see these players feeling trade,
watching these 4 throw down. It's going to be very interesting, by the way. And if you do end up taking home that #1 spot, I mean, this is the best part. You're going to attend our Las Vegas Unrivaled 2017 Tournament Finals in Las Vegas. Airfare covered, hotel rooms covered, and not only that, but a chance to compete for $10,000. And that's first place. If you place in the top 4, you're going to get prize money. We've got all sorts of other prizes. Geek Chic is actually giving away a custom table to each of those winners of that specific game. So someone here today is going to go home pretty happy, and somebody here today is going to go home. A lot of people are going to go home mildly upset.
So right now, as we see there, Jeremy plays a curse. He loses 1 small item that he has, and so he chooses 1 small item to discard. Any item that is not designated a big item is a small item. So right there, the curse happens right away. Now he can loot the room or look for trouble. Looks like he's going to loot the room, takes the card in, looking at it, and see where his turn goes from there.
And let's touch on that. After you loot the room, you can't play another monster card. You have to take another card, and this is where it's kind of interesting. You have cards face down or face up. Now, whenever you flip open that door and attack, if it's a monster, that door card at the on start is flipped face up so everyone can see. However, if you loot the room, that second card is pulled into your hand directly face down, so no one has to, no one sees what you draw, which is interesting.
So we saw that right there. Jeremy had to get rid of a card for charity, and if you always give charity to the lowest level, and he gave it to Marcus because Marcus right now is the lowest level total. So it's a fast-paced game sometimes, and then a lot of times it's kind of talking, kind of seeing what's going on. A lot of strategy at the end of the game when you're trying to figure out whether you're going to help or whether you're not going to help.
That is. Do I see 2 elves on the table as well? I see, looks like we've got 2 elves, which is always good to help each other. That's a great alliance if they can do it. And it looks like it's still, Jeremy is an elf, and is it Marcus?
Yes.
The other elf is so hard, or Chad. I can't tell.
We just saw that Ben had another curse. He lost his class, so he lost his class. It's Chaz's turn right now. Looks like he got a easy victory right there. So like no
3, 2, 2, 1.
So he gains the level. Actually, he's
3.
We talk a little bit about.
And I'm 3 as well.
He's pointing at the Sprite can. He says Sprite is good to drink.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about power.
a lot of mixing, a lot of strategy.
Somebody mixed signals.
Outside of the game, you would think a lot of strategy. So he actually looted the room again. Mistaken for winning or beating a monster. So he is going to put a card in his backpack.
We all make mistakes, Justin. It's okay. My father told the same thing when he had me as a child.
So Chaz actually puts the Hammer of Kneecapping in his backpack. It's usable by dwarf only, since he looks to be an elf right now. He can't use that, but he's definitely going to keep that for later on as we go to Marcus.
It's always good to have a busted patella if you've got a Hammer of Kneecap. I mean, I wouldn't want to receive
+4 bonus too. That's definitely going to help you out if you're.
That's a big hammer.
Yeah.
You can repair a lot of doors that way. And it looks like, so who just rolled? We have there he is. There's the man.
Marcus takes a roll, and now he takes a treasure, puts it down.
Marcus is going to go ahead. There he is. He kicks down the door, and he's got some harpies. So that's a level 4.
That's a level 4 harpies. They resist magic, though. They're +5 against wizards. So if you are a wizard and the level 4 goes to a level 9. Now the bad stuff, if you happen to lose or die, their music is just really, really bad, and you lose 2 levels.
What are they playing? Are they playing Britney Spears? What's the harpy playing? I love
the rumor
Britney.
has it that for this Unrivaled Tournament series, they're trying a new term. They're playing Achy Breaky Heart. They measured with some Justin Bieber last year. It's just a different kind of thing. So
I thought you were going to say that they were playing Rumor Has It, which we all know is a fantastic song. You can't take away from that. So how's he doing?
I don't want to
It's
help.
tough to see. And we're going to pop back and forth. We got a lot to show today here at the Ontario Mills Mall.
So like we said, this is our featured table of Munchkin. We have floater cameras all the way around, all the way through this tournament. We're going to take a look. So stuff like 14, Ascension, which is our round 2 of our featured table. So after Munchkin is over, we'll have a round 2 of Ascension, and once we get it figured out, we have King of Tokyo for our round 3 as well. So the final main table is going to be King of Tokyo. And like we said, there's 3 other games that are playing: Nevermore, Villagers and Villages, and Epic Spell Wars.
Right. And it looks like in this battle, I'm trying to see how. Looks like he's got a pretty good chance. Before we cut away, Marcus
got a
has
friendship
pretty good
potion.
chance and a friendship potion, calling somebody into battle with him.
That was, as we see here, is the King of
Yes,
Tokyo.
the king.
King of
Gets rid of all
Tokyo,
the
very
monsters.
dice-based game. Still has a lot of strategy, what you're going to keep. We'll touch on that more as we get that featured table into it. But it's personally one of my favorite games, as we get to see people going through the
So I
cards,
still
certain
get the
cards there.
4
much
treasures,
like
or I
Legends
can
give you
just loot the room
benefits
after?
as you see the view of the rest of the tournament. Good turnout for this first.
Not the same stack.
For this first regional.
Regional at Ontario. Good kickoff start to for the Unrivaled Tournament Series for day 1.
Why do you like King of Tokyo so much? What about it? Is it the rolling the dice? Because I know you're a Vegas guy.
It's mainly because I win and I lose. I lose at other.
Sorry,
games.
it's getting scratchy. It was hard to hear what you were saying there. I felt like you were saying that you won, but maybe it was really hard to hear.
As we see, as we're back here to Munchkin. Perfect timing to get away from me bragging about.
Chaz gets rid of those boots of running really fast.
I think he was cursed. He had to remove his footgear or small item, as we see Jeremy knock down the door.
Have you ever run in galoshes? Can you run faster? Or
I have not run in galoshes. However, have you?
A couple times.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If you want to get into it, it was a cold storm in Missouri. Chesterfield, if you will.
Chesterfield.
I was 7 years old, and my mother ran out of boots for us poor kids, so she gave me my sister Tamara's galoshes. They had stars on the side of them, and I did some mud puddle running and jumping.
-1.
That is very Munchkin-esque story.
I see what he's doing right there.
I felt liberated. It was the first time I felt liberated in my life. Running
undead,
and
so
frolicking
undead
through
monster
the puddles with galoshes.
Play with that.
Looks like we are
That's
to
only in
Jeremy.
the booty expansion.
No, it's in every
Or
expansion.
he's
Deciding. Is that thinker?
Yeah.
Jeremy's definitely a thinker. You can tell.
Chaz is
Undead,
more of a
demon
doer.
rules,
Just gets
play
it done
every
like I
game.
can see it.
Gonna hold it against him that he is wearing a Dodger
So
hat
what's your
and
power
a
currently?
shirt
2.
coming from an
Two
Angel
to
fan and a
negative
Ducks
1.
fan. But if he wins the Munchkin game today, I will have nothing against him because that is just
Come on, make it interesting.
If he doesn't.
Well, that's soccer
Guess
you're
I'll,
talking about, right?
backstab you.
It is close.
Soccer and
So wait, what?
So you lose -2.
There, a level 8 face sucker was
you lose
defeated by Marcus as
So
we
it's
transition
your
to
time.
real sports and face sucking.
Or 0.
Level 8 monster. He
That's
is
actually
a
a good
+6
question. It matters
against
if negatives
elves.
carry.
It's just gross.
But this would
And
put me at 0.
I believe Marcus. Marcus has that elf card out. It's
Well, if that can go negative, then
we'll
that
check
can go
real
negative.
soon.
Yeah, but it's a 2 right now. I'm at level 2.
Still waiting on that
okay,
Super
so
Munchkin card. And
So
here's-
as the Super
So the
Munchkin
question
is
is,
a thief.
does that
Now, I
count as
see
a
two
0 or a
bookmarks
-1?
there.
Yes.
Which makes me slightly nervous because I feel like I know what those bookmarks say. There's all sorts of random, almost liberal rules to Munchkin, where if you have certain things randomly, you can
Serious
just do
question.
certain things
Yeah,
randomly.
seriously,
those
do we have
bookmarks
we need
have
a judge.
certain? Each bookmark will have a certain
An effect.
Is there an
effect of
instruction
what
book in
you
there?
can do.
That'll probably happen.
You can make your opponents lose level.
Right.
If you rip it once, you make them lose 1 level. If you make them rip it twice, they lose 2 levels. However, if you rip it 3 times, you lose at least 1 level. And as you see, we're looking.
See if
through
there's
the
anything
rules
in
right
there
here.
about negative
Munchkin is a
referencing.
game that is full of rules and a lot of interpretation. Anytime a rule happens, you just want to make sure. So a rule consulting is actually going on right now.
And we do have adjudicators on the premises and on the premise today, and they know their stuff.
They
so
do
if
know
they're
their
called
stuff.
in, if they're tapped in, we will get or go to them, hear from them, and find out what exactly the discrepancy is. But they'll be able to handle it. If it's not through litigation or anything, or just speak, they'll do it via hand. I know some adjudicators that have punched people, and that's so bad.
Okay. So, play this.
There he is. I can't tell which one of our judges just came in. Could be CJ, could be
I'm also
Josh.
can go below 0.
I just see the Unrivaled logo, so that means it's
So
official.
he's married to
Anywhere you see an Unrivaled.
Oh, it's CJ. And if you want someone that knows their tabletop, that would be that guy right there.
Which means you neither
He knows
need
his
help
tabletop.
or
He knows
I
his
can help
lore. Do not mess with him.
no, you can't.
He
Well,
does
you
know his
could, but
stuff,
it won't
and
get
he's-
you a level
he
anymore.
He knows his way around a Munchkin board. That is for
That's
sure.
true.
You gotta wait until he actually
And it looks like
accepts
Chaz at least is
No,
still
I
holding
really
on to that
couldn't
rat on a stick.
still
One of
want
my
help?
favorite cards, because if you read
Oh, is
the
it worth
fine
any treasure
print, you may discard this item even if
It
you
is.
are only
I'll give
carrying
you
it
one
for
of
an
the treasures.
automatic escape from any
It's worth
monster
two.
of level
No.
8 or below.
Baby
Which can be
monster.
great strategy
What
for
does
the
the baby
baby
do? Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
if he
Yeah,
draws
well,
someone
I'll give you
that's
the
like,
treasure.
once you're about level 4 or level 5, people
sure,
are really
I'll
going
do
to
it
start
for
going after you.
that
They start
treasure.
thinking about leveling up, more about preventing.
Let's see.
So that's a good little escape card that he's got there.
To the monster.
It is good as we see.
Tossed out. Ooh, that's my boy. That's my boy. Who is that?
We're losing
Where
by
is he?
one.
He's there.
Actually, no. It's now
Level.
-5, that's 4
He's got.
versus your 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you are in
Undead
trouble.
horse. I see an undead horse has been thrown out of level 4.
Nobody here is a warrior, so you can't break the tie or use berserk.
One
to
of the
power up.
lower
Anybody
level
here?
cards,
Nope,
but it
nope,
does
no
have a
pirates either,
decent
so you can't
effect.
use
It's
that.
+5 against dwarf, and it is considered an undead
Well played.
monster. And
Which means you
the bad
can
stuff running
couple it
away
with
from
any
this guy?
monster from your hand.
Lose
So if
2
you're not
levels.
fighting
Lose
him,
2 levels.
I could toss out another undead
Okay.
monster. Let's say the white
You
brothers,
got
if I
anything
will.
else up your
and
sleeve?
both of those monsters will be in combat, and that person will have to fight them on their own, or potentially
I don't got anything
have
else.
somebody
Yes,
else
exactly.
there fighting with them. Or if you
Okay,
wanted
you
to
guys
get
are running
really
away?
smart, you
Yeah.
could toss in an undead
Okay, roll it.
monster on
I wonder
your
if
own,
I'm gonna be successful.
and couple it together because, like you said earlier,
Oh,
if
look at
you beat a
Ooh,
monster,
he had to. He was so. What we just saw there, he
still
had to
good.
run away. He was running away from the monster, and in order to run away, you have to roll a 5 or a 6. And as you saw right there,
you're using
Jeremy
that. Okay.
rolls the 5, run away, has nothing involved. And as you see, he gets 3 treasures.
Still
for
lose the
running
2
away.
levels, right?
No.
So,
If
yeah,
you
that's a
successfully
good-
run
that's a
away,
good
you don't
turn
take
right
the bad
there
stuff.
for
Although
Jeremy,
some
that's for
monsters
sure.
will have automatic punishments for
and again,
trying to
if
run away.
you are an elf, you got that
The
plus
undead
1
horse
bonus
is
to
not
run away, so you'd only have to roll a 4 or 5 or 6, which I believe in probability terms is half.
So what do you got now? 3.
No, I'm never good. I wasn't good at math. I was not good at math.
Oh, let's see. Oh my,
Everyone's
laugh.
3, and I'm 1.
I love these pen and papers. Shuffling.
My
doing
turn
a lot
then?
of
Yeah,
Shuffling.
Go. Yep.
It's like a nervous tick. Here we go. Back to Ben. Ben carefully analyzing, strategizing.
We haven't seen a lot out of Ben right now,
Okay.
but that's a kind of game like Munchkin. You slowly creep along, and then boom,
Okay.
you're
Right.
up there at a
Do
level
anything
8
to
or
him,
level
so
9
I
and
just-
getting ready to
he's
go
not
as he
gonna
brings
attack
out,
quite yet.
knocks down the door and sees, I believe, is a level 16
Yeah.
King
I'm
Tut.
still level 3.
I'm not entirely sure, but the King Tut with that will not pursue anyone of level 3 or below.
turn, right?
Right.
So he's fine.
Yeah, I think
doesn't
so.
go
Having
into
instruction
combat,
books, I
doesn't
wanna
do
check
much out
something
of that,
out
so
while
it
kind
really
of
has
escapes.
really has no effect on him exactly.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll
And
proceed
King
then, right?
Tut, what a guy. What a guy.
just checking
Howard
on something.
Carter discovered King Tut. And if I got into that tomb, I'd probably want to run from that mummy.
Yeah, would you? I mean, if I was a level 3 or below, I wouldn't. have to
He was
deal with
called the Boy King, and I feel like Daniel Radcliffe had the exact same term when he was in, a youngster.
Okay.
So much power being Harry Potter.
it. Yeah, as we see, just kind of relaxed game to Munchkin. Sometimes it gets crazy, sometimes it doesn't. As we see, Chaz knocks down or loots or
Got
looks
this
for
and
trouble
that.
or loots the room. Yes,
Grab
that
enough
was
to
for
do
sure.
that.
All over
Look,
the
you,
4,
you
5,
are, but
6,
we're here in
7,
Ontario.
you're in 2
Ultimately,
parts,
so that's. It doesn't matter what is said. It means we are here competing. Now, it looks like Chaz has a ton of cards here, and he's thinking about what to play and what to get rid of. He doesn't need to show. Now, again, if you help someone in battle, you have to show what treasures. And how do you determine who gets what treasures?
You guys, it's just a debate. It's a debate. You can talk to someone. If someone helps you out, and if you're looking for 3 treasures, you can
You're
say,
still a
"You know
lowest
what?
level player, right?
I'll take the first 2 treasures. You take your last one, or I'll pick one. You pick one." And it's kind of stuff like that. As you see that Charity going back to the Marcus right there.
And going to Marcus looks like you give him a hippogriff and one other monster. So that could be useful for later. I know you think, what was is that a girlfriend's? Actually, that looks like a.
As we see Ben there talking. A lot of conversation going on with this.
Lots of conversation.
It's middle of the pack Munchkin game right now. You get in those 3, 4, 5 levels, and then once after that happens, it takes off.
Just starts really snowballing. And Munchkin, like you said, was a tribute to, kind of, not a tribute, I shouldn't say tribute. Designed, developed by Steve Jackson, and pays tribute to Dungeons and Dragons type games, ask if you will. A lot more fast paced. But what does it mean to Munchkin, if you will, in D&D? Any ideas?
I have no idea, but as we did just see there, Marcus got to level 2 by defeating a level 1 Mallrat, so slowly but surely working himself back in the game.
Is your backpack
move on to
considered
Jeremy
carried
right now.
I feel like it means to be small and carry a big stick. Especially if it's a rat on a stick.
Carried,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
I would say
considered
so.
carried
As
in
we
your
got Chaz looking
backpack.
for cards right now. Again, a
He
lot of
says
this is rules.
You may discard a card.
Gonna have always thinking about rules. What's gonna happen here? What happens
carried
there?
comment
That's
is
why we
what's
have
out on the
judges
board.
on site
that's
here
considered
out the
carried?
Ontario Hills Mall. And the game works just to make sure everything
Because
else
I mean,
is
otherwise you don't know what the heck
going
you're
smoothly.
stealing.
Yeah. Right.
I noticed we have that halfling still out there, so that's another card that again helps you with runaway. If you fail your initial runaway roll, you may discard a card and try once more. If thou shalt fail, try again until you fail again.
lot of
we
the
fumbled the bottle, but we've still got the cards.
A lot of the questioning right there was what the thief does
just
to
lost a level.
Marcus. And I think he was doing a backstab or a theft. He was probably doing a theft. You may discard a card and try and steal a small item carried by another player. You have to roll a die, 4 more succeeds, otherwise you get whacked and lose a level. So he tried to steal that small item, was not successful, and looks like he lost. He lost a level, I believe.
Yeah, and that's gonna rough. You know, the thief goes well because you can have a class, can have a race. Is paired nicely like a Merlot and a cheese.
That is true.
paired really well with a halfling, because if you steal that item and then you've got that halfling card as your race, you can sell it for double. So you can essentially level up every time you steal an item.
That is true. As we see Jeremy knock down the door right there.
Knock down the door. That door is knocked down. Now, if you were to knock down a door, how would you do it?
I would try my hardest. I wasn't be sure if I got it, but so he had a curse. It is the change text curse, -5 to your next combat due to distraction. And after that, there's no further penalty. However, this change is permanent.
Oh,
so
nice.
if he declared himself as a male before
transitioned.
the game, he transitioned himself to a female.
Now, you declare your sex at the beginning of the game, unless you want to just be the sex that you are.
Yes.
But yesterday I played as a woman, and it turned out to really help me, except for when fighting the Amazon.
And you have to declare, because certain, like you said, bonuses and cards
Right now I'm
will
tied.
either fight you or you have. So, for instance, if you are declare yourself as a male, you can use the Gentleman's
do it for
Club,
one
which is a
treasure?
+2 bonus,
How many is it worth?
but only usable by males.
First
And it's stuff like that that gives you certain bonuses that you may not think is important, but in a game like Munchkin, you really could determine the outcome of the game.
Right. The only gentleman's club I was ever in was the Boy Scouts.
Ah, that is a very good one.
And that was, I thought it would help me, but I never learned to slip.
I've seen you play a few Munchkin games. I'm not sure if you got your Munchkin merit badge while you played there. That's something you'll have to delve into the history books.
What is your Munchkin merit badge? That's a great
that's-
question. What do you get on the side? Is it like a picture of the Limburger sandwich?
It could be.
I want to know.
So
Can you show me?
Marcus plays down a nice card right there.
That is a great card. It's a brilliant card.
It is I believe, a curse.
Monster Enhancer? No, not a Monster Enhancer. Because, the Platycore's out.
You got anything?
Because
it
he's fighting a
actually-
Platycore right now.
It is a +5 to a monster.
Yeah, so what just happened is it looks like we have a fight.
Pantyhose.
We've got a good fight with
Same bonus.
Ben in there, Platycore, and Chaz said, let me add to that.
I believe
I
actually it
use
was
now.
Marcus
Only
who
if it's
threw
Marcus.
down the +5
Where's
to
Marcus?
add on. So now the Platycore went from a level 6. It is now a level 11.
My eyes fail me.
Oh,
How
my
dare
eyes
you,
are
eyes?
failing me as well too.
No, you're young.
What was the
I'm
totals?
old.
Ah,
I'm ancient.
It's just
I got
numbers.
3 with the rock, 6.
I got 3, so that's
All
another.
right.
A lot of hand signals.
Well,
Lots of
hand
hand
gesture.
talking in
Oh, 9
Munchkin.
against 11?
Yeah.
You can feel the mood of this as the game gets on. Everyone nice to each other in the beginning
Right,
of the game,
right.
and now that trip to
Yeah.
Vegas is on the line,
Right.
advancing to the next round.
12 to 11.
As we see right there. Oh, he played
And by the
help
way,
me
it
out.
says you
Help
may
me
discard
out, which
something
means
of
he
your
can
own.
solicit the help of anyone, I believe, and they cannot. Well, no, I'm sorry. He can play this card while he's in combat. He can take one item from any other player, and at the moment he takes it, he must make the difference between winning and losing that combat. So what did he take,
Actually,
and
there's
did
3
he
treasures
win?
now?
It looks like he
you're
did,
right.
because he's taken those treasures, but
Sadly,
they're
I'm
going to
in
split them
grade
up.
1, so I'm-
Because
as
I
we
do
see,
believe he was assisted.
There was the Gentleman's Club as spoken, and the Horde,
take
which
this
is draw 3 more treasure cards immediately. So trying to talk about the
Immediately,
treasures, it
it's
looks like
just
Ben got
face
2 while
down,
Chaz
I
got
have to see-
1.
flip 'em face up.
And these are big, so as you see right there,
Yeah, because I noticed the doppelganger was picked up.
yeah, Chaz just threw up.
Oh, he did? Are you okay, Chaz? Chaz, I'm so sorry. Somebody get him a napkin,
Chaz
please.
threw his Horde
You do.
and got his 3 cards right now.
Right. And then I will use my halfling ability on
And
the
that doppelganger was one of
Bow
the
with
treasures
ribbons
that was
turned into
drawn,
a
which
value
is one of my favorite
1600.
cards in the game. Basically summons
the
your
Gentleman
exact
Club alongside
duplicate
it to go up 2 levels.
with your items, I believe. You can use it only
that brings you
once,
up to
but very important if you're fighting a monster, especially on those higher levels when you've accumulated a lot of treasure and you're ready to go to town.
Hasn't been a whole lot of movement
I see
upwards.
some boots.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Kinda
He's
bunch
been
of-
stealing all of our small items, and
Yeah.
everybody else has been too paranoid.
It seems like a cordial game, though.
So far.
There's no standing yet, no in your
there's been that,
face.
too.
So far.
Without the small items we used
I mean,
to
I
get a
remember
decent amount of
yesterday at
bonuses,
one
it's
point
hard
you
to fight
definitely
monsters.
slapped Cameron.
Okay.
I mean,
definitely-
he deserved it, but
I definitely
Yes.
did not do that.
Time begins.
I wanted to do that,
Lawyers.
but I kept it cordial.
Will not attack a thief.
oh yes,
what
is
can
that
you
my,
get?
that's the insurance? No, that is
All right.
level
13 against 6.
I think you're gonna win.
Unless anybody messes with me.
Lawyers. When you're fighting lawyers, know the law. Will not attack a thief, which is no good for Chaz because he isn't one. But it looks like he is going to go ahead and just defeat it automatically. He's pretty powerful. So he's going ahead, take 2 treasures on his own. He goes up a level.
Including 1,000 gold
This could be a
pieces.
big turn point because if you'll notice,
And he just played a card that gave him another level,
And
so that's 2 level right there.
he's
that
pretty
is.
equipped.
the
He's got
greatest,
that flaming armor. Flaming
equipment
armor.
ever.
Flaming armor, which is a
Really
+2
impressive
bonus.
title.
That's like wearing a really hot sweater at Christmas.
Just played
Which I
a
don't
really
think he can
impressive
steal.
title for +3 bonus.
Would he be Sir
Doesn't have
Chaz?
a
Sir
value.
Chaz of the Los Angeles Dodge?
Yeah. No.
Chaz.
Two value or no
It's a
value.
small item.
That's
Sir
only for,
Chaz.
that's doesn't mean
Sir
that the
Chaz.
thief can
Sir
steal
Chaz
small
what? Sir
items.
Chaz.
It's not an item.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Flaming armor. Love
All right, your
it.
turn.
I'm trying to see
Let's
what else
see,
he has
I'm gonna
equipped.
try
He's got a
to
lot down there.
Steal your. Try to steal the pantyhose back first.
What?
Okay.
Yes, imagine saying that
Marcus there discard a
conversation a lot.
humongous monster
Stealing
right there.
pantyhose back from another guy.
Chaz also has that chainsaw of
since
bloody
it's not once per
dismemberment,
turn.
or as I like to call it, the Home Light XL.
That is exactly what you think that it
I'm gonna try to
sounds like.
steal the boots now.
That's my boomstick. Look at that thing. The best part about that is
level
it
1,
looks
so
like a
go
cleric
back to level 1.
with headgear, I believe, if you look at the card.
One more.
And
Try
what
to steal the
cleric
boots
do you
again.
know? Is that a smile or headgear?
Sir?
Did you ever have headgear as a child?
I did not have headgear. I did have braces.
Good for you. Good for you. Uh-oh.
Here's one small
What do we
item.
got?
I guess I'll use.
Oh, yeah. Level
So
1.
Curse was played. He loses 1 small item. That is Marcus. So he discards those spiky toes.
Spiky toes.
Those we believe was a
Am I
+2 bonus only. The boots of black.
Take him to
Tiki,
Vegas
so
if
he
he
loses
wins.
that.
This is crazy.
Kick that butt. Kick that butt. We're going to do a lot of singing, I feel like. We haven't done much yet, but we'll get there. Lots of singing about items.
It's we have a lot of regionals to cover.
Yeah. So we're sorry for you out there who don't want to hear this.
I'll take the same level to myself.
Okay,
I'll do that.
fair enough, fair enough. Oh yes, and we've got a thief and an elf, I believe. A thieving elf. So that's a good combo. A thieving elf from Mr. Jeremy.
Halfling.
And
Gain of the halfling right
another
there
halfling.
by Chaz.
Now, Chaz puts that into his hand, and he can hold on to that.
And as you see, he raises his eyebrows looking for...
maybe potentially some suitors for a
exactly.
trade.
Oh, that's fast.
I like counting the level numbers, like 1, 5, 4, 3, because it makes me sound like some sort of passcode to my gym locker. Wizard is tossed by Mr. Chaz, which is nice because he doesn't have a class out there.
Doesn't seem like there's much reason not to be a wizard at this stage.
Jeremy is currently a level 3 right now. I believe Marcus is a level 2. I'm not entirely sure off of that. A lot of this is a fast-paced game. You lose your level, you lose your
level, lose your
class.
mind, lose your items.
3,872
and he is looking for
orcs.
trouble. Did he find it? He's placing down, and that looks like
Ooh,
the 3,945 8 million orcs that he's going to fight. Level 10. And this is going to be a fun fight right now because
To correct you, they're actually 3,800.
yeah, no, that's what I said.
anything?
That's that's definitely what I said.
But then you said 2 million, 1,500 million, trillion.
I never added a thousandth with a T.
You could backstab.
I
you
didn't
could
add a
use your
TH.
potion.
I know.
Together we can make it 9.
All I know is that is a lot of orcs
So many
that someone
orcs.
has to defeat.
So many orcs, so many spikes. Look at all their googly eyes. So it looks like, considering Marcus is in the lead pretty, I mean, marginally at this point, that they're probably going to try and defend, and they're talking about it. Who has
Actually,
a monster
Chaz
effect they
just
could throw
played
down?
this. Chaz just played
Sorry,
this.
Chaz is who I meant. Chaz. My fault. I got so many discrepancies with the. And he does. He defeats it on his own, and he's going to take that treasure.
3 treasures.
3?
That's a good win right there for
Oh
Chaz.
yeah.
Gains another level.
Goes up a level, so that should probably put him in a level 6. It looks
And
like.
he's looking to see if
He's got to do something about those cards. He's
He
got
has
6
6
in his
cards.
hand, right? Okay. And he's got an Apple
I always hate
Watch.
doing this 'cause I
I mean,
feel
if
like
it's
he's
me, I
gonna
discard the
target
Apple
this
Watch
immediately.
and
He
I
probably
keep all the
is.
rest of my items in my hand.
So why don't I do that?
But that's me.
I'm not sure how much of a bonus an Apple Watch will get, though.
That's a good point. I mean, so he puts
Plus 3
something down in
bonus
his
to
backpack.
clerks only. So I can't use it right now anyways.
He's got a couple items down there.
So yes,
What's he up to?
the embodiment.
One-handed.
Actually, what's that about that? Why don't I just sell these 2 for a level?
There it is.
So we see a lot of changing level, lose a level curses. Looks like Ben's not happy with that play right there. What you thought would be your friend at the beginning of the game could possibly be your worst enemy at the end of the game.
Little lame goblin.
And that is essentially
Goblin.
Is it weird that I felt like at the end of our game you were my worst enemy and you started as my best friend? And yet here we are today.
I will not confirm nor deny that.
So you get 1 treasure.
That is why they put that. They
one
put
level?
this
You're a
huge
haze.
center divider in between us.
You're a haze of discrepancy, Justin Gillerman. Okay, there we go. We are on to Jeremy, who tosses out a great card.
The monster. I believe it's
1 item.
a tongue demon. Not
Before combat.
entirely sure. You have to get a better look.
Get a better
Of
look
that
at it.
one.
And the players are debating what to do here. Lots of thinking. Again,
I believe it is.
Let's get one in your
the
hand.
tongue demon.
It is the tongue demon.
It's a level 12 tongue demon, a creature from hell.
Could just be safe.
+4 against clerics. You must discard 1 item before combat.
Just say any
Farewell.
item or big, small item.
Not a
well,
good card
good
for someone trying to defeat it if you have to discard a card.
I once met a level 10 tongue demon.
So he's going to see and try run away again. It has to be a 5.
You could have asked for help. Could have.
Or he might be using the thief card. Ooh.
Ooh, 3.
I'm not going to name any names, but Angela Hayes, you were my favorite tongue demon.
So he did try to run away, lost, and what happens is a really disgusting kiss costs you 2 levels.
Oh yeah.
And if you are now, that's 3 levels. So I believe he just lost 3 levels right there, and that's how quickly a game of Munchkin can turn.
Brutal. But he did have. He was a thief. Oh, and look, he's a thief elf, right? Is he trying to, or did he? Is he just? He can't even run away. Can he?
Okay.
Well, he tried to run away, and
Discard the
I believe he lost that runaway.
Yes.
Okay. So that's tough. That's a big loss for Jeremy there. That puts him back at the beginning. And you can't go below level 1. Is that
You
correct?
cannot go below level
Okay.
1.
Even though sometimes we all feel negative, you can't do it. Oh, and we've got the
Level 12
level
Bigfoot
12
right there, played by
Bigfoot.
Ben.
And that is hairy, and it's against the halfling. It is a +3 to halflings. If you're
I would need
small,
2
you
turns.
can't conquer a big foot.
What about you?
And that is what happened after a while when you forget to shave your legs.
How many treasures
Your
do you
leg
want?
just grows and you become a big foot.
Deal.
That is just logic speaking to itself. Please, not me being scientific. That is just
Do you
logic.
have a picture we can throw up on the screen of your...
Back in my day, when I was 12 years old, it happened to me all the time. I was just a
4,
lazy summer that I had.
Okay,
Mrs.
yeah,
Gillerman,
that's
we
enough.
need a pic, please.
Unless somebody's going
As
to
you
try
see, we
anything.
played the hat. He's doing something with that halfling
Okay.
card.
He can't, he's...
So how much are you
And
guys
it looks like he might, I mean, if he has to
Well,
run
let's
away
see.
from
9
this, if
plus
Chaz has
7,
to run away, is it
16,
Chaz?
No, it is
that's
Ben's
it-
turn.
It is Ben. It's Ben fighting it. I was gonna say that.
See, Chaz is
Chaz is
excited.
Okay. Chaz is
excited about the
pumped.
possibility of this outcome.
Yeah.
Pumped.
Okay, no problem.
Who are you backstabbing?
Oh, you can backstab both of them. Backstab, backstab.
Ben's
one of us is
thinking
back?
says one, not one, not
I'm gonna
twice.
backstab you.
Anyone want to come with me? He's got that huge
I'm
rock.
doppelgangering myself, so
Oh,
we're
he
up
plays the
another
doppelganger. There it is. And does that put him over the edge? The Bigfoot is essentially
burns
level
cards.
15 against him.
bad stuff until it's
But
a
if I'm
Bigfoot.
doing my math correctly,
Not much. Mostly, I just really need
looks
the
like, because
I
he's
know
got that
that,
+2
still.
bonus, and that doppelganger is going to
What is the
include your
headgear
items
you're
as
wearing?
well. And the gentlemen are
much of a
discussing,
loss.
maybe
No,
does
but
anyone want
again,
to
I
bring
need the
him
treasure.
down
Yeah.
And a level.
emotionally and
Okay.
So we're good?
via card points.
Yeah.
And it looks like,
Okay.
boom, he
He
beats
did
it.
get it. Gets 3
But
treasures.
Slammy, he took out a
Don't
pair
show
of
him
clippers,
these.
clipped all the
No,
nails,
just show him.
and said, I don't
No.
care if I'm a
Flip 'em over.
halfling.
No, he doesn't.
Read the rules.
All right.
Help in combat, cards are face up.
Ah.
Yeah, no problem.
And here we are on a
Yeah.
Chaz. Nope, still Ben collecting some treasure.
I got burned on it a couple
we're going
years
to
ago,
a
so-
rule. Looking at some rules here. I think combat is over though, so I don't know what they are talking about. That they would be
Rewards.
there would be a
Yeah, there's
discrepancy.
Let them talk it out amongst themselves
Yeah.
right now.
I love reading though. Reading in general, it's always fun when you
I draw
start
the
reading
cards
a
and
rule book
distribute
that
them
you're
according to the
unfamiliar
arrangement
with,
we reached.
especially a rule book like Munchkin, because there's so many creative little
Let's see, where does
whims
it say
in
yours?
there.
Ah.
Talking about Steve Jackson, a pretty funny
Flat
guy.
face down.
Comes up with funny stuff.
So we are gonna have a rule
yeah, I see what you're
consultation
saying.
coming
Okay.
up. So our resident Munchkin judge, I believe it will probably be CJ again.
Mr.
will-
CJ probably come back out. Oh, and it looks like he is showing the cards on the table.
Okay, so I gain 1 level from the Bigfoot.
Yes.
Oh man. And I think they've agreed he's still going to keep the treasure. I didn't know that he fought that with anyone.
Okay.
I didn't. So I wonder why he had to show the treasure. But it looks like they resolved the issue amongst themselves. Good for you.
could
Good
sell
for you
this
for
and do
talking.
two
We can only
levels.
hope though that CJ got all the way up there to be told that he didn't need his help.
Get any card I
Because we
want.
do know he's got horrible shin splints. Not the best at walking.
So right now Chaz is, I believe, in the lead at level 7.
Ooh, and that's getting there.
That is getting there. I think
Ben's still.
Jeremy is actually at a little, maybe, I think is level 6 or level 7 as well. We'll have to get some more information on that.
Ben still just thinking. This has been a long turn for Ben.
Hey, you need all the strategy you
yeah.
can get. Take your time, Ben.
We're excited because this is a Swiss
I'm
tournament.
gonna
So
sell
that
this to
means
go
that
two
it's not a
levels.
one and done here with
Exactly.
us at Unrivaled.
using
We've got
the
a
half
couple
double
ways
value.
to stay alive, to keep playing. Oh, yes, a wand of dowsing. A wand of dowsing.
So we see actually,
Nine now?
I believe Jeremy's a level 9.
Now that wand of dowsing,
Jeremy just, I think just,
he played it. You can go through the discards to find any one card you want. Take that card and discard this one.
And I will
Usable once
Equip
only.
that now.
so I think that got him another level. I don't know if that got him, I think Jeremy used that.
Just equip the badass bandana. Love it. +3 by humans only. So I don't know how that. Does he have a super munchkin out there?
Lose 2 cards.
Confused why he's equipped. Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's a human is his race and he's a wizard class, so he can have that on.
Nope.
So he is jacked.
First
Uh oh, but he's
player
got
to
cursed.
Victim's left draws a card.
Oh, lose 2
Excuse
cards.
me, yeah, excuse me
Hand
again for
keeps
saying
draw
that Jeremy was at level 9, I
You take
believe.
one
I
of his
believe
cards.
Ben has actually got that
take
2-point
a card
bonus,
from
so
my
I
hand.
believe he's at a level 9 or level 8 right now. He's still in the lead, I believe.
Really? Ben, good for Ben. Good for
I'm
Ben.
involved in this.
As you can see
So
the
you're not
excitement on
involved
his
in this,
face.
unfortunately.
And you see Marcus is trying to figure
There's
out a
the
way.
guy
Oh, he got a
Oh,
random
and
card.
that's I see a Duck of Doom. Oh my gosh.
That is going to be a good card for him to
That is
use
later.
because he can use that. It's a curse. The Duck of Doom is a curse that when thrown upon someone, they automatically lose 2 levels. So if you're right at that level 9 about to win and you get that Duck of Doom curse thrown on you, then you are finito. Not finito, but you lose 2 levels.
You're kaput.
And
You're
your mindset,
basically.
yeah.
I mean, I've had a mallard sit on my head before, and I can tell you it wasn't pretty. Ooh, and there's
The
a divine
intervention.
intervention. Do we have any clerics on the board though? I don't know
I'm
if
not
we do.
sure.
So I don't think that has any bearing whatsoever.
So, just for our viewers, the Divine Intervention is a card you must play as soon as you get it.
Of course.
All clerics immediately go up a level, and this can be used to win the game, actually, for the Divine Intervention. And if this card makes you win, you are entitled to mock the other players mercilessly.
Mercilessly. I would do dance.
You might not beat a monster to win, but I would use this because it does tell you to mock people mercilessly. And coming from a Munchkin player in other game, tabletop, I love to mock players, especially when I'm doing the best.
I can see that. I mean, especially coming from the bad streets of Anaheim.
Yeah.
I know that that's something that you grew up with. Mockery.
That is true.
What do we have out there? A level, looks like a level 10. There it is.
That's a level 18
Oh, I'm
Bull
sorry.
Rock.
My old eyes. my
But will
ancient
not
eyes.
pursue anyone of level 4 or below. As you see right there, Chaz is a level 7, Ben is a level 9, and Jeremy and Marcus are, or Marcus is a level 3, or
Yeah, Jeremy's level 3.
Jeremy is a level 3, Marcus is a level 3, Ben is a level 9, Chaz is at 7. Thank you to our great camera crew right there for helping us out get those levels. We want to be 100% confident on the levels all the time. Sometimes if we're wrong, we make mistakes, but we want to help you, the viewer, be well aware as well. So
Trust us, but don't trust us.
Exactly.
Is what we're trying to say.
Exactly. Much like this game of Munchkin. We'll do our best, especially in a game like Munchkin where levels are kind of figured out how you're going to do it.
Title.
We're going to do our best. Other games like Nevermore, King of Tokyo, Ascension, Villagers and Village, a lot easier to kind of just wing it and freestyle it.
So it's going to be interesting because there's going to be a lot of going after Ben here. If he truly is at level 9, like we think we say, it could be some backstabbing going on real fast because no one wants him to win and head on to that next round. Cleric, which would have been huge with that divine intervention because that is Ben playing. So that would have put him over the top had he drawn that earlier. But
I actually believe Ben is now, I don't know if that was a curse that was played by Jeremy to knock Ben down to another level.
Did he play the Duck of Doom?
I don't, Marcus has the Duck of Doom, but I'm not sure if Jeremy played a curse that knocked Ben down a level.
Okay, well, we'll find out. We'll make sure we get that info to you, our viewers, our beloved viewers. So glad to have you here.
Yeah, we got a good audience going on right now, especially on the Twitch at twitch.tv/Oomba. But also, we have a great turnout right here at the GameWorks at the Ontario Mills Mall in Ontario, California. It's just a great start to have for our Unrivaled Tournament Series Regionals.
We're stoked. This is the first of 13.
First of 13.
We got a long way to go.
We do. We have our next 3 are going to be next weekend's in Vegas. Don't know about you, but I'm going to be enjoying myself in Vegas.
What's that face? The level 2 July Octahedron.
And then in 2 weeks we are in San Francisco on July 15th.
I don't know if I want to learn.
And July 22nd we are in Seattle. So our next 3 we have tournaments in Denver, Dallas, Kansas City, New Jersey.
We're not just staying West Coast.
We are
all spanning the
over
country.
place.
Oh, gelatinous octahedron. Try saying that while you're reciting any other rap lyric.
So we can drop
Gelatinous octahedron.
Yeah,
No,
so
can't.
unless you're
It's only a level
running an
2,
ancient
so
should be
be pretty easy depending on this might be a point in the game where players are
Besides, he's at level 9.
use bonuses and curses and try to get those people knocked off that.
Maybe use a monster enhancer. And
Including
feel free
the ever-annoying
feel free to
wizard
tweet
get
at
out of
us.
jail
We'd love
free
to
card.
talk to you. We've got our Twitter handles up there.
Yeah, mine.
I'm gonna give you
I
guys
tweet
about
at
3
Justin
seconds
Gillerman
here to
at
make
JKGill3. Let me know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. If you have any questions,
Yep.
Tim, one is yours.
Somebody else
It's
goes
at
first.
Chick McChicken.
And then I get
That's exactly what I want to hear right there. I love chicken.
I only say the things you want to
Fisher
say. It looks like I see a potion of halitosis picked up by
I
Chaz.
don't know why more people don't
So that'll
use
be
the half.
interesting. Ben
Alright,
is
your turn.
Ben is close.
debating, thinking, pondering,
Ooh.
pondering.
Can
I do anything nasty now?
I don't want to get any text from Oomba right now. Come on, I'm focused.
Let's see, so I'm at 3 plus.
Lot of content.
I'm at 8.
It's an undead monster.
I don't know about you, but
You are
I'm
level
really
3,
excited
so it
about the
won't
other
chase
games
you.
today as well. And I mean, I'm pumped about. Oh, and now we have an undead. We've got the level 16.
You would need help from
brothers
somebody
are
with a
in
lot of
play.
equipment.
And this is exciting because remember, as we stated earlier, if
Or
anyone else has
somebody
an
who's
undead
cleric
monster in
maybe.
their hand, they can toss that
Then
fight.
again, neither
They can
one
toss
of us
that
are
monster
really
into
inclined
the
to
fight, into combat, and that person will
Well, I'll
have
just
to
use a
battle
magic
both
lamp.
of those
So
monsters.
it'll
But
vanish,
a
but I'll still
magical
get the full
lamp
treasure.
has been played.
Yeah.
Justin, what do we know about a magical lamp?
Here.
Magical lamp is you may use the lamp only on your turn.
I
It
didn't
summons a
know this.
genie who
I
makes a
buffed the
single monster
first.
vanish, even if you had already failed your run away. So if you ran away, you lost, you got all magic,
And I think about
you play the
four
magic
levels
lamp,
with the
boom,
cards.
you're out of it. No repercussions or anything.
And it looks like that's what he did there.
and
He
exactly.
got out, easy. Do you
And
get to keep the treasure?
It does. If it was the only monster you were
Play
facing and
melee
it wasn't a
bodies,
combined
so I'll
monster,
go
you
up
do take the
one
treasure.
level after combat.
And I see some fiery pits of hell being cast.
It is he actually mutilated the bodies if we're going
love
to
it.
be honest with himself. So he
Jeremy,
goes up a
he's
level
Mark.
with that.
Mark is
Now
level
he's
4.
trying to discard, and he actually, what is he throwing
Okay.
there? Ooh!
He's a level?
No, I
Is it
believe that
Justin
is
or gain a level?
I think he goes up another level right there. So that's 2 levels
least now the
gained
charity's
by
gonna be coming
Marcus
your
in
way.
that small one turn, and that's
How did that happen?
kind of how things can change right there. Like boom,
Boom. Is that what
boom,
we're
2 levels.
I like
May
your
have had
sound
something to
effect
do
better.
with
I
it.
think it's
No, no,
concise.
I used that curse on you.
Mine sounded erratic.
Oh, just wait till we get dissension and you hear what my cultist sounds like.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Not going to give anything away to our viewers, but it's probably
Usually when
worthy
somebody's
of
in that
an
bad of
Oscar
shape,
nod.
because I did something to him.
Do you get an Oscar nod for?
I
I guess for sound effects.
I don't know. If not, I'm throwing it out there and making it known.
We'll toss it in. Maybe that'll be the next card in Munchkin that I play tomorrow. Oscar nod. Okay, so we've got one person is at 8, another is at 9, and I believe.
All right.
Well, we'll see.
I believe
gonna
Ben
get
is
our
at
ticket
8,
backer.
and I think Chad
Oh.
is at 9. I don't want to say anything wrong,
Yeah.
but we know those two are the highest
Who's
levels
level?
right
Who's
now.
level?
They could be interchangeable once we figure out for sure.
If I'm wrong.
Yeah, there's the singing again.
Having multiple thieves on the
Hey,
field
yeah,
is
yeah,
really
yeah,
hard.
yeah. Was that close?
Everybody's
I'm gonna
level
say
12.
that's a no for me. Though.
Okay.
All right. My next
my
fight,
finest
I
Randy
don't get any bonuses from items other than
At some point, I
armor.
do. Anyone that, if you do tweet at me to hear Ignition Remix,
Oh, okay.
Justin and I
Yeah.
will go into a small verse of it. That is one thing we can always provide our listeners with. And there is that malign
Curse.
mirror.
So you are cursed in your next fight only. You may not get any
goes for the win.
bonuses from items other than your armor. A wishing ring used before the next
Will
fight
negate it,
will lift
right?
its curse.
So
Exactly.
if you, it looks like he flipped over the door and drew that.
Yes.
So that applies to him.
Crap.
However,
Level 1.
if he flips open the door, it's not a monster card.
anybody gonna do anything?
And it's not a curse right
anybody
there.
gonna do anything?
He can take it into
I
his hand.
can
He can loot the
backstab
room and then draw a curse
Is anybody
from the
who stole
top
a
of the
card
deck.
from me
Yes.
going to do
And
something
that will go
with
into his
that
hand that he
said
can
card?
use on other people. Okay, cool. Cool.
I can backstab him.
You weren't a person who used said
Alrighty.
card.
It's
or
exciting.
stole said
It
card
is
from me.
exciting, folks.
This is the
then
nitty
stop.
Because
Okay.
we're coming down.
Nobody's
We,
gonna do anything.
I mean,
So, what do you
Who's
guys
going to
want
win the
for
game if you don't play that card?
And that
right
could be
now?
this. I don't know if Ben's the one at level 9 right now. This could be
Oh,
the game.
yeah,
and no one
they
can help
pinch,
him.
they hurt, they bite, and it
The
looks
problem with level 1 is an easy kind of monster to
like, there it
beat.
is. Oh, and what is Marcus tossing out? Is that the lose a level? Go up a level. No, go up a level. Just throw out.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
But to be fair, you got a card
Uh-oh.
too.
And we are going up a level. We're going up a level. I believe he's back up to level
Okay, I'm still
7.
gonna win
because
this
at one
fight.
point
You
he was
are.
brought
Anybody
down pretty far.
No? No? Anybody? Okay.
So, level 1 treasure.
I like that we have an audience back there. There's a couple people sitting really close,
Munchkin
so they can
be a really intense, as we know, that's for sure.
If you play it intense, if you play it outdoors, either way.
Welcome back to level 8.
I do. So as we see there, Chaz is at level 8.
Level 10,
Ben is
net
at level
troll.
8.
He has no special powers.
Ben is at level
really
2.
mad about it.
Hold on. I've
Yeah.
got to deal with this.
Oh.
Level 8, level 8.
And,
And we're going to cut it. Looks like we might be cutting to our Nevermore
You're the only
winner
one with
here
Hector.
soon.
We do have a winner of Nevermore. We're going to
So be
cut
it.
to that
Also, you reminded
when
me
we get
about
that
the
inter or
downside.
when we get.
We don't know if that's our championship table or not. It'll be interesting to see whether that is our
argument, I'm
Nevermore
still
winner
winning.
for the entire.
I think it's just for
13
that for a certain table.
Okay.
Yeah, or it honestly might be
do you
for
do
the
if you
entire
die?
tournament. I'm not sure how many people have been playing Nevermore. We're going to go there in a couple of seconds.
Forcing you to let the players of
Very
the highest
interesting
level
game.
take any
Lots of
one
strategy.
item each from you.
Nevermore is probably one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
as well.
You're
I'd say
how high?
Hunger Games is my personal
Tied with
favorite.
you.
Munchkin's my
12?
personal favorite.
Oh,
Nevermore's
no,
my
no, no.
personal
No, I know
favorite.
Munchkin is not your person. I know it's not.
if you
I
mean
know it's not.
combat,
But that's
that's
because you
13.
lost. If you win at Munchkin next time, I have a feeling that'll flop.
That's probably accurate.
You're a flopper. You're a flop. You're like James Harden.
Ooh.
You're the James Harden of tabletop.
I'll play this.
Where's your
Income
I'd
tax.
I'll
So I'll
take this.
discard this for
It's not a bad
600
thing.
gold. now-
Okay, so Chaz.
now-
is
everybody
drawing
does it.
Yeah,
something-
now everyone has to
something interesting.
discard at least 600
Something
gold with the
extraordinary.
items, and if they can't, they have to
Something
discard
behind
everything.
his fingers. It is a
Equipped it.
curse
And lose the
income
level.
tax. So essentially, what has to happen? Chaz has to discard a card from his hand or
So I
one he's
discard
got
that for
equipped.
600.
That's got a
Great,
value.
I see your plan
I.e.,
now.
let's say a
use
magic
the
missile
half
with
one
300
ability
gold
to
pieces,
double this
and everybody
value.
has to match that and discard that
Does that say
exact
when you
same
sell
amount
or selling to go
or
below?
more. If they
Says
don't,
when
I
you
believe they lose a level.
That's not really sell.
Sell one
Very
item
close to
each
that.
turn for double price.
I
So
don't think that works here.
we discard a loaded die. So that's out. And there's another discard.
That still totals to 600, so I don't lose a
You
lot.
figured out the name of the
So-
winner for Nevermore
His
is.
thought was
Jessica.
he's
Oh, I didn't even get to the
that.
drum roll.
Oh, sorry. We'll
That's-
drum
so
roll. We'll do the drum
now-
roll when we cut to her, showing her winning,
Tied.
getting her stuff.
right.
But congratulations to Jessica.
At which
on
point
that,
I stopped being
on
a
that
wizard.
Nevermore victory.
Promptly
Nevermore
become a
victory.
warrior.
You can
Wait,
say
can
you
you
had
do
it
that
one
in
Nevermore.
mid-combat?
Yeah.
Wait, did you
I
not
honestly
discard
didn't
the
know
full
where I
value?
was going with that. I kind of just
So
went with
did
it and
you
hoped
lose
that
the
everyone
thief
liked it.
And
You
everyone
always
always
he
won,
loses
always
his
more?
items.
So that's
Yeah,
the title.
always more, Nevermore, better.
Never
I
more
think
will
so.
you lose.
You guys stole from me, so
Yeah,
it's be
it's
treated
items.
as an item.
And we're back here at Munchkin, talking about Munchkin and not Nevermore.
We've got a
Can't
net
put-
troll. Where's that net troll? Where is he?
There's the little booger. There's the little booger, the level 10 net troll. He has no special
So,
powers. Really
you can
mad
check the
about it,
rules
really
on
angry about it.
classes
If you don't
if
believe me,
want.
that is actually on the card.
I feel like he makes a sound
going.
too. Like
I
when he
mean,
comes
I'm
into
winning
the
this
game,
combat
he
at this
just-
point.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Uh-oh, and we're going to the rule.
Depending on this
Go to the
rule.
rule book here for a second. What could they be discussing? Well, let's see. Bad stuff screws up the game balance by forcing you to let the players of the highest level take any one item from you. They could be talking about if two players are tied, potentially, whether you would both have them take an item. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be
So
interesting.
you're 10 to 10, right?
Okay, yes, you can. Yeah, he can.
All right. So I'll backstab as well. Discard
And there
to
it
backstab.
goes.
Okay.
A lot of
So-
curses,
so
a
that
lot
means
of,
I'm minus
lot
2?
of treasure cards being played
You
lately.
no longer
Who
win.
is fighting
Motion of
that net troll?
halitosis, I'm back up.
Who's fighting him? Who will win? Who will win at Munchkin? Munchkin. Just like saying it. Munchkin.
All right.
Now, what would you rather be, a
do-
Munchkin or a
Really?
dwarf? Or a halfling?
Halfling.
Halflings have
Discard 2 cards, give
I
me
am
+2
happy.
bonus.
in real. Uh-oh, what's that? There we go. Bam. There we go.
That is the
Bam.
potion of idiotic bravery.
Anybody?
Used during any combat +2 to either side.
He's out of cards. I can't do anything.
It's gonna be interesting to see what side they're on.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, you're good.
He's now at the
bam.
9.
Yep. And I get
Again, we want to thank all our viewers who are watching us on our live stream at Twitch. They're they're at the GameWorks. So I want to give a special shout out to one of my good friends, Jeremy, who's watching. A big tabletop guy, loves Munchkin. Probably one of the better Munchkin games that I have.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know you played with other people.
I do play with other people.
I'm hurt. Very hurt. Very upset. Warrior class. Chaz is going warrior.
You did?
But also, let's just think about if you are out there watching. Maybe you're not here in Ontario,
The
Canada,
horny helmet.
California. Okay. But if you are out there watching and you're thinking, man, I would love to do this because what does it cost to enter? Nothing. You can get into one of those last-minute qualifiers. And you're thinking, maybe, you know, I'm pretty good at Munchkin. Look up those regionals that we have
Alright.
coming up. We have last-minute qualifiers for them. So you too can play.
Okay, so water.
And
Oh, and now there's our
Oh, there she
Nevermore
is.
winner. We made a mistake that We said it was Jessica. It's actually Rebecca. Rebecca, Jessica, I always get it wrong. But we want to congratulate Rebecca. You are on your way to Las Vegas. Your Nevermore Ontario Regional winner. Fully all expense paid trip to Las Vegas. A chance to win $250,000. And boom, just like that, show up, play a little bit, and you are on to Vegas, all expense paid. And that is in October, and bam.
And let's be honest, we've got 6 games that you can play in one of those last-minute qualifiers, potentially playing into the regional tournament here. And if you win that regional, you're going to be one of, I believe, 13 players in that specific game at Las Vegas. So your chances, prize money goes all the way down to 4th place. Even 4th place gets $1,000 and an all-expense paid trip to Vegas. That's a lot of hamburgers you can buy on the strip.
Yes.
Right? That's so many hamburgers. You know who I know likes hamburgers? I don't want to say his name on the air because I saw a piece on him though. I saw a piece on him. He ate a lot of In-N-Out while running around a track.
I'm level 8.
Nick Vieira, if you're out there, we're going to Vegas.
So anybody going to interfere?
Wait. What's the?
It looks like Chad.
Gain an extra level if you defeat it without using help or bonuses.
Yep. We're getting down to the
Everybody
wire
all right?
here, Munchkin. Here
We're
at our
7,
Munchkin
right?
table.
Oh, 7 at the moment?
This is where a lot of people want to know exactly
still
what's
higher.
going on, get the rules going on.
You potentially
You see
will win the
Ben
game.
kind of flip it through. He's worried about losing.
Congratulations again to
Unless you guys
Rebecca.
back-
We are so proud of you. We are proud of you. You are our Edgar Allan Poe of winning.
If you
And
backstab,
after this
Two
is just
backstabs.
round 1
you would have to
of
use
our
a
Munchkin
bonus.
tournament. After this is just a featured table. After this round,
That
the
doesn't mean he
Swiss
wins
style
the game.
tournament regroups everyone into
right now,
another match.
if he defeats this
And
without
we'll
using his
have
rock,
round after
he
round,
wins the game.
and we will make sure
So if you
to
guys
figure out
backstab
our
him, he has to use his rock.
champion. When we figure it out after a couple turns.
Is that a Pikachu out there?
No.
It is a
That's
level
what he's
6
doing.
And that's kind of the beauty
This
of
monster
that
says you get
Robin,
an extra
our
level
Swiss
if you
style,
defeat him
is it's
without
not a round
bonuses.
robin.
So he just uses his level.
version. You're
He's
gonna
level
get
8
paired
right
with
now.
other people that have won, other people
so
that have
I'll
lost. So you're in
backstab.
the similar skill
Okay.
level, and eventually it gets weeded
Now
out
he's
pretty
down.
easily. It's a simplified
You can
round
backstab too,
robin.
or wait?
So it's a great style of tournament play for tabletop games. So who is fighting that Pikachu
Well, if
out
you use your
there?
item.
I believe it is Ben right now.
Ben, and this could be big.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
could
No.
be big.
I'm with you there.
Looks
I'd
like
say
there's
your level
a
now
lot
is-
of hand motions, a lot of talk, a lot of casting.
All right.
Anybody else going to do anything to me? Nope. Okay. So I only gained 1 level. I'm up to 9.
All right, I see Ben got to a level 9 right there, defeating
Goes.
that
Draw
Pikachu.
2.
He's going to get some treasures from that as well. That's 2 treasures. So he's back up at level 9, and I believe Chaz is still at a level 9. So this is where the nitty gritty is going.
Ben looks pretty happy.
Put this out there,
Pretty
Play
happy.
down. Oh, did he play down that big rock?
and that gives me. Okay, I'm at 9 plus 3.
Wait, 2 big items.
Oh, you're right.
So it looks like this is our championship table. Maybe.
Yeah, we gotta
Shame I can't sell.
see how this works out.
Okay.
Figure out
If you're
the
not a dwarf, then you can.
things of that Swiss tournament.
Well,
It's definitely
It's all Gouda.
yes, exactly.
okay, well, I'm still back up to 12 total. Go.
All right.
So again, Jeremy has that curse right there, but as we see, boom,
Warrior.
the warrior. Ooh, and Chaz looks to be pumped about
Berserker
that
fuel.
as he puts that into his hand.
What does that mean for him? What does that mean for Sir Chaz of Los Angeles, of the Dodge,
Of Kings.
of the Dodge Kings?
Super wheel reason.
Oh, because he's got the Super Munchkin card.
Other
out.
than
That is
berserker
big.
fuel.
That is big.
Well, true, but might be more useful because some of the
That
things
is big.
that have anti-warrior are like +5 or 6.
And they are coming down to the wire here. Ben looks a little exasperated, as you would be from throwing down so many cards.
And sometimes you do get a little carpal tunnel in the wrist of knocking down the door and slapping it down. And I have to ice my wrist every once in a while
Ouch.
because of Munchkin playing.
I've developed
use it on one
severe
of us.
arthritis from King of Tokyo.
That's hell, yeah. Oh, I bet.
It's all the dice
What did you
rolling.
get? Out to lunch?
But it's a good arthritis.
it's a monster
That's a
combat
great
negator.
I
arthritis.
don't know if you can have great arthritis,
Says you.
beneficial arthritis.
Says you. Shuffling those cards. Jeremy is shuffling. Shuffle. Shuffle and shuffle.
Every day I'm shuffling.
We told
All right,
you,
back
lots
to
of
Munchkin.
singing.
Back to Munchkin.
Back
We
to
got a
Munchkin.
little carried away.
All right, just super excited.
Excuse me.
Another bottle of water being consumed again because we are close to level 10.
You want to become a
Smell
wizard.
it. And I believe
That may not have been the best card to play against him.
that is that curse of changing class. So it looks
It
like
also
Chaz
looks
is going
like
to have
he
to
is gonna
discard
lose
his class, or is that Ben's going to have to discard his class? Chaz.
Yeah.
And he's got to go through the discard pile and pick up the last class that was there. So there's a chance it could be the same class, but it looks like it's a wizard. So he's going to have to go back to that wizard, and that could really throw off what he's trying to play. However, I believe he had a warrior
get
class
rid of
in his
that?
hand.
Yeah.
We'll see. Because he's got, and
His
that means he
classes-
discarded the Super Munchkin card.
That is true.
Oh no, that's a big move right there. And I'm sure Chaz is very unhappy.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Are you done?
Shield of
go right
Ubiquity up there. Now that's a word I should know but don't. Where's the win? Thanks, college.
Level 1.
Oh,
Drooling
we've got a
slot.
monster.
Plus 4
God,
versus
the level
Elves.
1
you
drooling
got it.
slime,
You got
and that can
lunch.
become better time for Vin right there.
Yeah.
Because this
don't
could
have
be
any
a
of
big
that.
victory. Be the game
Let's see,
right
what's
here
the
if no
exact
one
wording
has
on that
anything
one?
to help again.
And it looks like Jeremy is
on a break.
furiously
Play
looking through his
during
cards.
combat. The player
He's
facing
played
the monster
something,
discards them all and draws.
and he's rubbing his lanyard, so you know it's a good
The
card.
lanyard rub, definitely. I think he played a card where
And I
he
don't get
doesn't
to
get
then,
the level, but
nope.
he still gets the treasure.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
So very accurate. Keeps the game going.
Keeps the
for a
game
little bit
alive.
longer,
Keeps
yes.
the game alive. Maybe there's a hope for Jeremy. A new hope. An old hope.
And your ship.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of one of these, don't I?
What do you want to give me?
Nitty gritty. You think it's a lie? We talk about the nitty gritty of Munchkin, and it's no joke.
Uh-oh. Spiky knees. So it looks like he's got to give that to Jeremy.
Go ahead.
And Jeremy has been struggling a little bit.
Kicking open the door.
He doesn't have a lot. Usually you've masked a lot of
Change
treasure. If you
race.
look around, a lot of those
You know
items
right
have
now,
been
this
forced to
curse
be
has no
discarded at
effect.
this point.
And we see Chaz got cursed right there. Has to change his race. So he, a couple turns ago, has to change his class. Now has to change
But
his
he's going
race.
to knock down that door. Let's see what happens. Or he's going to pick it up. He was either looting the room. And I believe it's Sir Chaz. We go to Marcus, who flips over the door and knocks
But
it
if
down.
you did see that when Chaz pulled up that look for trouble or loot the room, he brought up a level 2 Mr. Bones, which could come into play if he's at a level 9.
That could
Bloody
be
rogues.
pretty good, Sam. It could be.
Never let the damn thief out of sight.
I don't know why I do
And I will.
a bad Scottish accent. You're going to have to deal with that for
Here you go.
13 cities, especially Las Vegas. Because if I have at least 3 milkshakes there, I'm going to get it rowdy. Uh-oh.
What are you?
He doesn't have any big items.
I guess.
Big item!
I do not.
I love that we said that in tandem. I like that it's a picture of the tuba, taking away the tuba, because that tuba charm is a lot of fun. You ever play an instrument?
I played the violin in 4th grade.
I don't know if we have
And then in
anything
the
else
5th grade, I
at
went to
this
choir
point.
because I didn't like the violin.
You did. You were a singer.
I was a choir all-star. I sang the national anthem at my high school
Quit
graduation.
bragging, would you? Quit
I was in a group.
I sang "Lean on Me." There was in our 8th grade graduation. Scott Buell, if you're
I
watching,
sang Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
you did
In your
not.
case, I'd
I did
probably
not.
think
Let's
the knife
hear
would be
it.
the most efficient
I'm not going to
seal.
do that.
Come
yet.
on.
I'll wait till Vegas.
Or,
I'll wait
well,
till
the helmet.
But I'm
Because
only
you're
level
an
5.
elf.
Take you to
Level
the
5.
Munchkin shop.
Level 9.
Sorry, so
Elves with
sorry.
the helmet
Back to the
on.
game.
Back to the game.
Alrighty.
I will choose.
Jeremy looking to claw his way back in.
5.
Get those claws out. Get him sharp. Oh, horny
he
helmet.
rolled to steal.
Horny
He
helmet.
rolled to steal a small item.
And he took the horny
Rolled the
helmet.
horny
from
helmet.
it.
Got it. Got the 4.
Yeah, because he is an elf, correct? And it's a +3 bonus for elves. Hey, I look
Oh,
at
come
elves.
on.
Do you think that it's a
Anybody
horny
gonna
helmet?
try to do
it's
anything
big,
to me now?
Oh, he pulls down a
the
level
potted
1
plant.
potted
Oh,
plant.
this could be it.
This could be the game.
Could be
Curse
it.
you.
I just think the
Oh,
elf
he plays a lose a level card, goes back down to level 8. Oh, there's nothing worse than pulling out the potted plant thinking, yes, I'm going to win, then told, you have to lose a level.
Oh my gosh, it's like I just fell down an escalator watching this.
Okay.
Holy
man.
cow.
You did actually do that this morning.
We're so
You did actually do that this morning.
Don't reminisce about my Ontario malls. I combine malls and mills.
Oh, so he's Finn gets knocked down to level 8, thinking he was going to win the game, but only goes back up to level 9. That's actually heartbreaking. That's when you realize, you know what, Marcus, maybe we're not friends.
Yeah, I think there was a clear a line drawn before that he and Marcus were not friends. And I stumbled down the escalator, sir. Stumbled. Wasn't a full fall. That would involve a tumble, which is different.
All right.
Going to huge rock.
He had to
Passing
discard.
over
He
a
was
huge
doing
rock.
charity, discarding this to the
Right.
lowest level.
Right,
Hey,
right.
that's giving Jeremy more options to come back here.
Yeah, you never know. You're not out of it. I've played a couple games now
yeah, that's it. Since I
where
fought the monster
I've
and
been
took the
down
trigger, even
low
if
at
somebody
the
did
end,
curse
and
me in the
then
middle
you
of
end
it.
up sneaking your way in because no one's worried about you.
It's only a level.
Back to Chaz. Here we go.
This is a badly calculated risk, but I'm
And
going
he
for
is getting rid of his wizard class, tossing out a warrior class with a
Yeah,
shield
you should
of
have
ubiquity. Ubiquity. Sorry, my apologies. That gives you a plus
some
4
of the charm
bonus
ability.
to warriors. So he's got a plus 6 out there. He's going to go ahead and kick open the door,
thief.
and it is a thief. Of which he
Not
just
another
played a
one.
class card. Does he want to discard it?
level 2 undead
Does he
Mr.
want to
Bones.
discard it? He's thinking.
Is anybody going to change
looking
the
around the
equation?
board.
3, 2, transferal potion.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, and what do we have out there? Transformation potion.
I'm doing this fight.
Transformation potion. It's fun to say.
All right, so I'll play this.
I still like
Wandering
Ubiquity.
Monster.
Because I haven't been able to say it yet. Oh, there it is, the
I'll save it
plutonium
for
dragon
you,
with a
but-
wandering monster. Oh, and Mr. Bones.
And he does the mate.
And he mates
uses
him.
the
He
mated. Oh.
mates him. Oh, pow,
an extra
pow,
40
pow.
against
So many
your
dragons, so
Or,
little
sorry,
time.
20
Where's Daenerys when we need her?
When you talk about how Munchkin can go from just an average game to something that will ruin your life, a dragon, a level 20 plutonium dragon, wandering monster with a mate.
But what's Chaz coming in with? What's he coming in with?
What is he?
What is he coming in with? What did he come in with?
How come nobody
Transformation
was doing
potion
this
that he
when
played
he
that. Was that him that played it?
I was
do
saving,
believe
I was
that was
saving
him
that.
that
I
played
thought he was gonna.
Admittedly, you jumped immediately.
This is
No,
crazy.
I waited
This is
until
crazy.
2.
You got so many dragons out there, so little time. What
Yeah, I
are
was
you going to
saving
do?
that.
Everything's being
Why
thrown
did you
out
say
everywhere.
that?
The
He's a level
transferal
9
potion
too.
played
Yeah.
during any
Yeah.
combat. Any player,
No,
your
I don't-
choice,
yeah.
fights
Yeah,
the
you would
monster.
once. That's what I played right now.
So he
Yeah,
plays
well,
that and
he's
transferred a
asking why didn't you
monster
play it
to.
sooner than you
Not
did?
entirely
Whatever.
sure who
With
plays
Mr.
it.
Bones,
I
because
I didn't need to.
like you said earlier, Mr. Bones was going to be played, and boy, there are some smirks, there are some frowns, there's some quivering. It looks like, because that was Ben that played that, I believe, and there he is, he's looking at the plutonium dragon thinking, what can I do, dear lordy? How
Level
do I
14.
defeat this?
A 10-level game.
So you're roasted and eaten alive. You're dead.
Lots of talking,
that's
lots
20.
of debating, lots of deliberating,
42.
Yep.
and it is going to be
I'm
interesting.
running 12 currently. I can boost myself to 21.
Wow.
That's not enough.
No, sir.
Man, that's just oof. Nothing gets me going like a level 20 plutonium dragon with a mate. That is.
You said it best. That's just oomph. That is just oomph.
That is Munchkin.
And is
in
there
a
anything
nutshell.
he can
I
do?
don't suppose I could convince anybody to help.
Is there anything
Because
he
even if they
can
help, you'd still win the game.
Okay. Well, in that case, I've got to run away.
3 times.
Yep.
And you automatically lose a level.
Yep.
A lot of conversation.
My turn resumes after that.
Pretty big
Yeah, you can move
during
the room. is what you
later
can do.
stages of the game.
Yes.
It's funny. It's
Okay.
interesting to me because let's look at this as in like a macro philosophy
First
way
I run from Mr.
experiment,
Bones.
if you will. So many people on their phones all the time. Yet here you are playing a tabletop game, forced to converse with people, talk with them, You know, and it's just interesting. It's fun to see that happen again.
Using
Fun
that,
to see that kind of
use
come
my
to
halfling
life.
power
And that's one thing I think we can
run away.
attribute to all these brilliant
No, you lost two
designers,
levels on
publishers
that.
of these board games.
Or
Is
did you run
it's
away?
cool to bring people together, even if it is through angry
If I must
competition.
flee, I lose
but
a
at least you
level
get to
even if I
talk, you get to
escape.
deliberate, you get to be conversing with
I'm
people
using his
on a
power to get
one-on-one
another
manner,
reroll,
one
to get a
on
reroll.
four.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that's
Escape.
fun. That doesn't happen a lot these days.
Then
It really
I'm going
doesn't.
to
And
replace
maybe that's just
halfling.
because I'm an oldie. That's
with
because
elf
I'm
to give me a +1.
an ancient elder dragon, if you will. And he's got to run away. So he rolls a 2. That is not going to cut it.
That's gonna. It's a lot of bad stuff
That's going to
be
be
happening right there.
This is bad. Now let's talk about
Okay,
death.
so I lose.
Let's
Very
talk about-
morbid start to a
In the
conversation.
game of Munchkin,
I'm
if he
down
does
to
not beat these
6.
plutonium dragons, you're roasted and eaten. You are dead. What happens? You don't
if
lose
you
your
are
level,
dead,
do you?
you don't lose your level unless the card tells you
still
to.
not low enough level for the
mainly, you just
plutonium
lose
dragons
all
to
your
ignore me.
items. You keep your class, you keep your race.
So I need that dice tray back.
But you kind of lose all your items, and that would kind of stink if you had a bunch of items.
And those items get divvied up amongst
Run away from the first
amongst the
dragon.
other players. So here he is running away from the
Wow.
mate, I
Second.
believe. Couldn't see what that roll was. It's probably not going to matter.
Not your turn yet.
Looks like it might matter.
Your turn's over, right?
My
turn resumes.
Chaz has
There's
something
me
to say
leaving the
about it.
room. Okay, my turn.
I like Chaz. I think he seems like a nice guy.
I've gotten over the fact that he's wearing Dodger hat.
Cleric?
Chaz has a lot of class in his hand, so
Is that
that's
a-
not gonna be good. Cleric.
cleric
Wow,
card?
this is good. And now this is where it could have definitely
With
taken
the
a turn.
Super Munchkin card. So finally, Marcus used that Super Munchkin card to play his cleric.
Marcus has that clear
And my turn.
and that thief, which means he can start searching through the discard pile, which is going to be fun. He's kind of he's almost a scavenger, a scavenger of the cloth, if you will. Another Munchkin card. No, it looks like those door cards are dwindling, so they will reshuffle that pile, I believe, and start over.
My turn.
J. Remy.
For trouble?
J. Remy.
My turn.
Yep. This is where everything's so close. Everyone's throwing Hail Marys with their cards. As you see, our door cards are going to be back down to 0, so we're going to have to reshuffle those. When you reshuffle, that's when you know this has been a very good game
Right.
of Munchkin.
Hail Mary, mother of huge rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many bottles of water they have on the table, but they're going to need a
The main
Hinkley
question
Schmidt
is-
full gallon full 2 gallons.
How can Ben shuffle that many cards that easy?
Yeah, he's great. You're really bad at shuffling.
I'm not a great shuffler.
It's weird. I almost feel like you would be better if you placed the cards all
you
down on
take
a
your-
table and mishmashed them together like a small child who didn't know how to use their hands well.
You sort of hit that nail on the head right there.
And we go back to
Get the right number of cards?
Ben, I believe. Look at all the scratches.
That's the
Everything's
game of
scratched
Munchkin
out.
right
That's
there.
how you
Everything
know.
changes by the turn, by the round.
Curse, lose the foot.
Oh, and a curse. A curse.
Lovely.
You lost that love.
So, dang, that is actually a big curse because that will now move Chaz down to level 8.
Really?
Yeah.
You got tossed down 2, and an elf is drawn. And an elf will be discarded or played. Marcus? And he does. He plays the elf because he is a Super Munchkin. So that's great. So
Curse am I getting this time?
he's
Got a
got
couple cards in there.
yeah. So he's got a race and 2 classes. So this is big. He's got a lot of advantages down there.
My turn.
Let's
Now,
see
looks
here
like
it goes.
looks like someone is at 9, level 9, and I think it's
What level are you
Chaz.
again?
7.
Me, I am 6.
Or 6.
Alright.
Did you loot the room after running away from monsters, or what was the draw for?
What draw for?
I saw you draw a door card after.
Questions.
After you reshuffled the
Lots of questions. Again, if you are
was
enjoying
for
what
the
you're
next
watching,
turn.
please tune in to us on
bring
Oomba.
up a
We're going to be here every
you're
week
6,
for the
right?
next 13
Well,
weeks,
actually, I'm at
finding
9
our
because I
winners
got
of the
the
regional finals,
Yeah,
taking you
what
to
about
Las Vegas for those grand finals.
My current level
Again,
is
those
6,
winners
yes.
will have those
And his is
all
9, so you
expense
really need to
paid
save any
trips to
interference
Las
for him.
Vegas.
Just making sure.
Have you ever been to Vegas before?
I've been to Vegas every once in a while.
Okay.
What does that mean?
7.
That sounds very enigmatic. In fact, that makes it sound like you go all the time. Do you go to Vegas all the time?
I've been to Vegas quite a few times.
I knew
yes.
it.
I will admit that. That is for sure.
Now, for a Vegas virgin, if you will, what do I need to be aware of in Vegas? Is there anything? I need
Well,
to
right
look out
now it's
for?
probably going to be really hot. Next week is going to be really hot.
No, that's in physical temperature.
Physical temperature,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
By the time of our finals, it should be cooled down a little bit. But next week it's going to be really hot. Pack lightly.
Okay. Is it dusty? Do I need to bring a visor? I've got a great visor, and I also have a fanny pack.
If that's the look you're looking for,
Hershey's been here for a
What
be my guest.
Be
No.
my
No.
guest. Be
No,
my
no
guest.
Beauty and
Put
the
your
Beast, please.
visor on your chest. Do 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 do.
And back to the
do.
game.
Halfling again.
Halfling.
Himself.
Benny boy, tossing
Staff
out
of
that
Napalm for
halfling.
double value, which means that I can then turn
What is he
these two
doing?
for
Who knows? I don't. We'll
400
see.
total of
Is
2,000.
that a conversation with yourself right
Play
there?
this, lose your race.
You won't talk to me, so I
I am
am
talking to you.
You're listening on occasion. Ooh,
One-
whoa,
one-
look at
I
those
can
rogue
double-
camera shots. I
double
love
the
a
bonus
camera
of
crew
one.
getting in
So you
there.
only doubled this.
Get dicey. It's like we're watching
And they
Cloverfield.
just added the other two on top of that.
Munchkin field. No, that was a risk. That was a.
But you went for it, and I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna
Don't-
take that back.
Don't take
Sorry
it
to
back.
our viewers for me saying that.
Don't never apologize to the viewers.
He's at 9.
I'm the only one
Back
that
up to
needs to
9.
do that.
This is 2,000, right?
Yeah, and I was at 7.
Because you defeated
Bum, ba, da, bum, bum,
the
bum.
horse.
I feel like we need trumpet sounds. We need to talk to our producer about getting a live trumpet out here.
That would be very beneficial.
Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum.
You may not think it, but it would
Really?
be very
It would be.
beneficial.
Beneficial sounds like one of those shrinks that you need if you've got like liver problems. Try beneficial. Good for you and your pet. A plutonium dragon is tossed again.
Again?
This is
not good. It's
crazy.
nowhere near it.
How many plutonium dragons are in a deck?
But you're still
One, they had to reshuffle.
Uno.
They had to
Uno.
reshuffle.
Level
So this is brutal because that
Yeah,
it looks
because
like
I'm
it's
15
Chaz. Is
against
Chaz
20.
fighting this thing?
And you have no running
Yeah.
away
And
bonus.
I don't know what he can do about it. I don't know. Le Dodger.
You're going to have to do this the hard way.
I like
Le
to call him
Dodger.
Sir Le Dodge. Sir Le Dodge is fighting the hardest thing in the
Unless you
game,
want my help.
other than panic attacks.
No, never mind. I'm not
That's the
helping.
hardest thing for me.
How would you? Yeah, it's like, why would you help?
The plutonium dragon is the toughest one. If you do
I
beat
burned
it, you
through
get
that
2
already
levels
trying to
and
pull an
5
escape
treasures
trick that
just to
didn't
go
work.
to show you
And-
that it is
Oh, no, wait, it did work.
pretty freaking hard to
Yeah,
beat.
but it looks like he
didn't
doesn't have
die.
much in his hand that,
Yes.
that he
I only
can
lost
that he can
3
toss
levels.
out there. His Shield of Ubiquity gives you +4. Flaming
Instead of
Armor is
8.
+2,
Well, it makes
I
you
believe,
feel
right? So that
better.
gives him
Oh.
+6. He's a warrior, so he can discard 3 cards
You're
and
at
get a
5,
bonus,
right?
and all he has to do is
Okay,
tie.
just making
So
sure
if
I
I do
have
my
my
math
numbers
right,
right.
if he's at level 9 per se, +4
Is it a 1 or a 2?
2,
'Cause I have you
that's
at-
6.
no.
That puts him at level 15 combat.
Okay.
And then he can drop 3
gotta
cards,
improve
gives
my
him
hand
level
right.
18 max,
I
maybe.
have been for a little while.
Yeah. No, that's the problem with being the thief. You can acquire a lot of bonuses, but it can be kind of
Yeah,
hard on your level.
But I don't think there's any.
look at him, he's been running
and he
thief the whole
can't
game.
equip an
He's
item
not
while
much
he's
ahead
in
of you.
combat, correct?
And he hasn't had nearly as many curses come his way.
I've stolen 2 items.
Which stinks because if you look at his hand,
that
he
would
has that
darn it.
face
I had
sucker.
that plan.
Yeah.
So if he didn't draw that plutonium, if he didn't
So
keep
yeah, I
that
have
door
a
and
choice
find a dragon.
Any other animal.
Any other
any
best
monster.
I-
Animal. I like it. Could be an animal.
Could be an animal.
Right.
A dragon's an animal.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Roll it, baby.
Look what you've done.
Just the rules real quick.
Maybe he's talking about going in on
Looking
it.
for the rules, trying to
Go to the rules.
clear it up.
Wonder what he's going to do. Because again, if he can tie, if he
Oh,
can figure out
how
a
many
way
rounds
to
of
get
this are we
20
playing?
against the level 20, because he's a warrior,
boy.
he could win the game.
So we are going to have another rules
Three of these.
consultation. Judge coming in.
Well, hopefully somebody draws the horde first turn and that'll end the game fast.
But I don't understand what he could do. What am I missing here? +2, right? Flaming Armor is a +2.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm killing time and I'm probably not going to be able to do anything.
Unless, no, that wouldn't help. There are scenarios in which someone who's an elf could come in, help you,
Yeah, but if you're the elf, do you want to take that chance?
So you roll.
I know you're going to get that level to help him, but if this is the level to win the game,
But
is it worth it?
in Munchkin, you can have multiple winners.
True.
If
But
two
I don't
people
think
level up
I think
simultaneously.
Marcus and Jeremy are the ones that are elves,
And he's going to have to run away. He's going to have to shake that die, run away. Does he?
and he doesn't get it.
At least it looked like
So
it.
he, bad stuff. You are
Is that
roasted and
just reducing
eaten.
level
You
one, or
are
they get
dead.
rid
So
of
he's
his
going to
stuff?
lose
All
It's
his
just
items.
stuff.
everything
items
in
on
his
level
hands.
one.
Oh, that's right. It's the
So
other
we'll
way.
I
see.
thought it was level 2.
Nope.
Yep, so your level stays the same, your class and race stay the same, all your cards face up in front of you, and every character is starting with the highest level to lowest level.
So yes, the people will get to choose.
And there's CJ, our judge.
Otherwise,
Got that.
Christian, CJ.
Yeah,
I could use
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
Christian. the
Depends how
official-
he feels on this day.
Right. The official adjudicator name.
And the longer this game goes on, the more chance that Marcus and Jeremy have coming back into it.
The longer this game goes on,
it's just
the
any one
harder
item?
it is on
Any
my
one item.
battles.
Any one card.
on.
Card or item?
So anyone card?
But that's fair. That's
don't
what
have
we're.
it.
That's
Yeah,
why
I don't.
we're here. And it looks like Marcus takes that Shield of Ubiquity, and I don't believe. Maybe if I don't believe that was his second class, but maybe it was. Do you see him as a warrior out there? No. What do you took? Ooh, nice sucker.
Yeah,
Jeremy
so
might be
take
taking that.
flaming
Jeremy's going to take that flaming armor.
My
Or-
class remains the same.
Poor Chaz. Well,
Back
just
alive.
on the verge of victory, and now people are rummaging through his skeletal
my old
remains
friend.
for his stuff.
The
That's
level
brutal.
2 Mr. Bones is found when Marcus knocks down the door. Should be an easy win unless people are going to try
Too many dragons in this game. So
to screw him right now. We'll see.
Now, is it MR Bones or Mr. Bones?
So
Did you give him a
11
title?
versus
Or?
2.
I gave him
You
Mr.
Like, you
Bones.
know how country, sometimes you go MR Bones.
I go.
MR Bones.
I
It's
go-
a MR Bones.
I'm saying Mr. Bones for at least
About
this
to be
time.
6.
Only
Is that
one
right?
treasure.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Don't play that bookmark. I feel like the bookmarks are not, have not been legally allowed. They might have them there.
It's
but
kind of. I bet
I
you.
don't think you can play them in our tournament version.
Marcus, I think just gained a level as well. So
He
if he
did?
just gained 2 levels. My calculations are never correct,
So
but this
these
could
two
be
for
him
1,000.
at level 7.
And he's selling an
And he's
item.
selling.
So that's
wow,
putting
that
him
could
up
put
there.
him up
All
to.
of a sudden, Marcus is in the hunt, it looks like.
I believe Marcus is now at level 8.
Level 8 or
So
level
just like that, the
9.
longer this game goes, the more chance these people have.
And there's Jeremy hanging around. Props to him. He's hanging around.
Chaz is at level 9.
Jeremy's at level
Ben's
1.
at level 9. Jeremy's at level 1. But Marcus is the dark horse right now, just moving
Yeah.
back up to level 8.
Yeah.
That was a smart move. Won those 2 levels, used to go up the level, got the Ubiquity, the Shield of Ubiquity, knowing he was going to sell it.
Right.
And that's 3 levels
That's
in
why
one
he
turn,
took it.
and that's how you change the game right
Look
there.
at you. I was wondering why he took it at 600 gold pieces, but he's a halfling, so he sells it for double. Smart man, Marcus.
Did
You
you say
can
I was
come
on?
to a Costa Rican bargain party anytime you want.
That is the official invite.
Yes. We'll send you an envelope.
First of all,
Which
cards do you
level
need?
8?
Try
We've
again.
got 2 players at level 9,
this is
so
like
you know
one
that
house.
everyone's
Same
vying to
reason
make
last
sure
time you
those
just played
2
another
players
one.
at level 9 do not win.
You got 2 big items.
So if Marcus can hang around, there's a chance
This one's
That he
bigger.
could
that he can swipe
come
it
out
in.
of here and go find all his way to
Are you allowed to carry 2?
to Vegas.
To Vegas.
But it goes to Ben now, and this is where it could get.
might
Oh
have a
boy!
may
It
carry
looks like there
any
might be a
number
level
of
4
items,
harpies
only
coming
one
out. If he, let's see what happens
He's
when he
knocking
kicks
down
this
the door. He's hoping he's not.
This is
He
why
does
I
hoping it.
quietly chuckled.
What
He's
does he
hoping.
have? He kicks down. What's he got?
Level 6
Everyone's
warriors.
looking because they
You
know
might
he's
win
level
anyways.
9.
It's all on you two. You guys better backstab and throw it down, whatever you have.
Ooh, is this it? Could this be it?
Oh no!
Who do you toss
What
out?
does that do?
Toss down,
That's
I
remove
believe.
the
Lawyers.
The
Lawyers
lawyers.
back to level 6.
And I replace it.
Oh boy! So he beats him outright, even with the missile
So
armor.
looking for people
So
to-
looking for
so
people, and there it is, the floating
the floating
nose,
nose.
tossed in. But why? Oh, because Jeremy played an illusion. He's swapping him with the floating nose.
Level 10.
Level 10, okay. But
Yes.
I still think Ben might have
I guess
this,
you can also backstab.
So I'll backstab
unless
for
anyone can do something else.
-2,
There
so
might be
10
some
on 10.
discarding by some of the thieves to stab people in the back, I believe. There, I see some discards going out by Do we have two
Jeremy and
thieves on the
Marcus,
board?
we
Jeremy
could.
and Marcus probably teaming up to hit Ben for -2 each. Now they can't do more.
No.
And that floating node you said level 10,
So I'm
right?
at
Level 10.
Yes.
And Chaz just sitting back, Sir Chaz of the Dodge, shifty eyes, waiting to see what happens to Ben, because you can bet if those cards are played on Ben,
Okay.
Sir Chaz of the Dodge
I'm now a warrior.
might have a chance.
Plays his.
Discard these two to get back up to 10.
I think he
One's
had that
ties.
out. He's discarding to use his warrior card. Are they seeing if
+5 to a
he can tie?
He's discarding cards, I believe.
Okay.
To
Giving him that bonus?
Hold on.
I believe so. You may discard 3 cards in combat. Each one gives you +1 bonus. So I'm thinking, but then someone just played the.
Oh, what did they play? Did
count on
play
this.
one
They
of
played a
that
+5 ancient monster.
Ow! That monster effect! Oh my gosh! Oh, when you add to a monster, it's like watching the Stay
And I'll
Puft
use-
Marshmallow
and I'll
So
buy
that's
man
it.
eat
15
himself.
now.
The gold to
There
make
it
go
is.
away.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's a
we've-
monster enhancer
We've
card.
just been told that the longest game of Munchkin in a tournament
Go.
ever is
So
7
since
hours.
I
And
just
we
came
are
back from
approaching
death, I get 4
our 4.5 of this.
Check the rules.
Maybe hours.
It feels like our 4.5.
That's just what you get when you get the grind of Munchkin.
Yeah, we like that though.
Pumping through your veins.
Our bowels don't.
In Ontario, California. The breadwinner of Munchkin playing.
At Ontario Mills Mall. That is where we are at our Unrivaled Tournament. And they are talking over the rules because I do
Wait, how many
believe
levels
if
did you lose?
Ben
No,
found a
you
way
get
to
no
tie
card. Oh.
that monster.
I thought the dragon.
Uh,
no,
That's
bad
it.
side.
That could be it.
Yep.
And
he
it
gets the
looks
cards.
like Chaz is shaking his head, doesn't know, but Chaz is drawing lots of cards out of the door and treasures. What is occurring?
I believe since he had no cards, he regrouped himself. I could be completely wrong right there.
You've never not been not wrong, but never not been always right. So I think
I've been a lot of the times I've been close.
Am I wrong?
Don't.
Sorry.
We'll have to limit your singing throughout this
You
tournament.
can't hold me down.
Okay. So now +3 bonus. Yay.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah. And I kick open the door. Level 2
Ooh,
flying,
frogs. Is this going to be the
Roll
win?
against 2
Is
guys.
this the win we're looking for? Everyone cast so many of their cards, their monster enhancers on Ben, and now here he is, Chaz, tossing over a flying
And I went
frogs.
ties.
And flying frogs, just a level 2.
Backstab you.
-1 to run
10 to
away.
2.
If he does lose somehow, he loses 2 levels. Chaz,
So backstab you as well.
8 to 2.
Alright, I said make it 8 to 7. Can anyone do? anything
You might as well
else?
do it because I'm winning the
Yeah.
game. So
Yeah.
play whatever you can. Intelligent flying
I
frogs.
mean, what are you going to
It's
do
8 to
after this
7
game?
now.
Because we're going to need a break after this.
Please
This
steal
is
from people in combat.
this is a lot. I'm probably going to go to the Jamba Juice and get
It's
a
on their
Surf
own
Rider
turn anyways.
smoothie. Do you have any plans?
I don't know. I might just
We dance and
maybe
pretty sure it
hit
says
the
that
BDR machine.
on your
Dance
turn,
Dance
you can
Revolution.
That'd be cool.
No, just says
GameWorks
discard
is
steal.
where we are at today.
Doesn't just say on your turn.
I haven't played a good arcade game in a while.
Only once per
I
victim.
used to play House of the Dead. That was fun.
Backstab is not
Yeah.
but he's on
Never
one.
use anything with the plastic guns when you get to shoot zombies.
Alright,
And
so
our
I guess I'll
adjudicator is
attempt to
back at the
steal.
table.
Can
Boy,
we
he was straight in the
steal
pole.
while somebody else is in combat?
That he does.
No,
Christian, and it seems like he's
Okay.
Unless they come up with something that they don't have, I just won the game.
Yep.
So make sure combat is being called. It has finished.
Yep.
So make sure that it's correct. So it's level 2 monster with no enhancers.
No, level 2 with 1 enhancer.
Okay,
It
plus 7.
backstabbed twice by the 2
Okay,
thieves.
so you have a total of you're level 9,
9,
9,
11.
12. This is a 7. You went from 12 to 8. You're
Yeah.
running by 1. There is no other. I just make sure nothing else. I'm not gonna say anything has been played. Nothing has been played. You have 1 by 1. Combat is over. You have 1
Very
game.
extensive explanation
Uh-oh.
right there.
Congratulations.
All right.
It's gonna be it.
And
That's it, and he
that's it.
takes it. There he
There
is,
we go.
Sir Chaz of La Dodge.
After
The
some
winner.
extensive conversations by our
Don't make
judge, We figured it out, and
During the whole
He
game.
finds a way, and then
I said at the beginning of the game, I said, you know what?
What did you say?
I had some good cards in the last draw, too.
I said, you know what? Wearing the Dodger hat, wearing the Kings shirt, but if he wins, I'm going to give him all the respect. And you know what? Mr. Chaz wins, and that's just a great. That's one of the greater games of Munchkins I've seen in a while. To be honest.
Yeah, totally. I always felt that he was gentle, he was kind, and he was subdued. And then he came in and bam! He went berserk on them. I loved it.
man.
I absolutely loved it. What a game. What a game. I'm exhausted. You've got to be exhausted.
That's good, because I don't
Yeah, man, that took a lot out of me. That was an emotional game.
So
I'm sweaty.
don't forget
An emotional game that we definitely had.
Congratulations to him. That is a big win. I mean, I don't want to quote it yet, but it looks like he might be headed to Las Vegas.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
say it simultaneously,
It just adds a little spice to it.
it's got more meaning. More burgers on the strip.
A lot more ketchup on the hot dog.
A lot more slot in the machine.
There's just a lot of stuff, man. That was one of the more entertaining games. It was a long Munchkin game. Munchkin games do usually take around an hour with the 4 players, but there was no shortment of excitement right there. I think I just said shortment, which is a word that is allowed to be played in Munchkin.
In Munchkin.
Yes, exactly.
Munchkin, you can say whatever word, mean whatever you want.
Exactly.
It was interesting because, like you said, the fact that it was so long, we actually saw that deck get shuffled, that Plutonium Dragon be played twice, which, you know, if that comes out, it's a heavy hitter. It was really rough for Ben because we saw, as a lot of people, if you've got 2 at level 9, you've got to use all your ammo on one person, and then what happens,
I saw
the other person comes in.
Two moments in this game that were big for me.
Mm-hmm.
When Chaz had that level 20 Plutonium Dragon, looked like he was going to beat it, and then Marcus played the mate. No, I believe Jeremy played the mate card that added it to 40. The other one was when Ben had the level 1 potted plant and was looking easy to win. Marcus threw that loser level down, knocked him down to 8. Ben beats the potted plant, gets to level 9. If he didn't play the loser level, Ben would have gotten to win the game, actually, and would have had your chance, though. But just games like that, stuff like that in Munchkin is something that can't be carried over any other game because there's so much uncertainty and so much friendship.
So much back and forth. So much give and take on that.
One person, yeah, exactly. We said it. Someone who was your friend at the beginning of the game might have cost you a chance to go to Las Vegas.
Which is interesting because it seemed like there wasn't a lot of teaming up to help defeat monsters, which is something you normally see in a casual game, but here in a tournament series might be a little more reluctant.
Exactly. That was something that was actually pretty surprising. Not a lot of treasures traded, not a lot of people wanting to see. But you're right, a lot of people backstabbing, playing strategically. A lot of casual games kind of just, oh, I want to backstab you. There were chances for people...
Sidestab you.
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
Shiv, like just a little shiv.
There were a lot of chances for people to backstab, but they used it strategically, like the loser level with Ben. It's just a well-played Munchkin game. There's no other way around it.
It was tons of fun. And if you're thinking about how you can do it, you can pick up this game on your own. Go to Game Masters. They usually have them on the shelf. You can go to Steve Jackson Games, order it, I believe, or many various stores carry Munchkin. Even Walgreens at this point, I know, carries Munchkin. It's a great way to pick it up, have some fun with your friends, and more importantly, if you're having fun, enter our Unrivaled series. Go out, grab a last-minute qualifier if you're in any one of those cities that we haven't been to, and enter. Super easy way to potentially win a lot of money or a free trip to Vegas, which I know.
All expense paid trip to Vegas, like we saw with the Nevermore winner Rebecca.
Yeah, congrats to
Rebecca. Already on the way to Vegas, and these are
exciting times.
The worst case scenario, you're getting a free trip to go to Vegas, a chance to win $250,000. I think the outcome weighs the badness of entering in one of these tournaments, playing in one of these tournaments.
There's no badness. You get to play. Hey, what is hurt? Your pride? Oh, please. I hurt my pride when I started wearing tube socks with coloring on the top. It doesn't matter. And there is our winner.
There is our winner of the Munchkin game. It is our friend Ladaj Chaz, and he has an all-expense-paid trip to Vegas as the Ontario Regional winner.
A huge congratulations.
And that was as we see Chaz right there. Gets the nice little thing, gets from our Unrivaled Tournament Series. Man, that was a great way to end the Munchkin game. Consulting the judges, however, still finding a way to end up winning the game.
Brilliant. So what do we have coming up next? What's after this?
So coming up next on our featured table is the championship round of our game, Ascension, an Unrivaled Tournament Series game, a deck building game, something a little bit different in Munchkin, but I promise you to have just as much pizzazz.
Strategy out the wazoo. Yeah, it is, both you and I can attest, a very fun game to play. Lots of thinking, probably not as much conversation, but very in-depth in strategy. So we're going to be coming back with more Ascension.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at the Ontario Regional Final for the Unrivaled Tournament Series. Just saw Munchkin winner. Up next is Ascension. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break.